The Prudential College Scoreboard is brought to you by Prudential for life, health, auto, or home insurance. When you think about your financial security, see a Prudential agent. Get a piece of the rock. Prudential Insurance. This is Bill Fleming along with Steve Davis saying so long from Spartan Stadium in East Lansing, Michigan. Stay tuned now. It'll be the Trojans of Southern California against the Huskies of Washington.
Tomorrow, it's a Mork and Mindy doubleheader as they first uncover the naked truth at a daring dance palace. And then Mork joins forces with another alien. Mork and Mindy, tomorrow, here on ABC.
At Seattle Trust, we give you a whole lot of bank for your money. We give you full-service banking on Saturdays. We're the only bank with 4 free checking plans. The only bank with a 24-hour emergency phone. What's more, we're the only bank that gives you your very own personal banker. Yes, we're a whole lot of bank for your money. Seattle Trust, person-to-person banking.
If you're in the mood for a waterfront world, come to Lakewood Shores. There's rare moorage available on beautiful Lake Sammamish only steps away. You're at home with swimming, water skiing, sailing, canoeing, and rowing. Choose from 1, 2, and 3-bedroom homes from only $37,900. Buy at lower interest rates now. Lakewood Shores, your own waterfront world. Lakewood Shores Condominium. Call 883-3399 for driving directions.
The 1928 Olympics. The U.S. has a winner. 1952, we do it again. 1976, history repeats itself. 1980, Lake Placid. The U.S. has another winner. Mobil 1. Mobil 1 helps get you started, even at 35 below. And no one beats that.
Husky football Sunday at 5 on Channel 4.
If USC wins today, and again November 24 over UCLA, the Rose Bowl and an undefeated season will be theirs. If Washington wins today and then beats Washington State next week, they could get the Rose Bowl assignment. USC tie with Stanford will have to figure with meaning if the Huskies win here today. And there is still the matter of the 8 players at Arizona State University whose eligibility is not yet fully determined because of some grade transfers. And if it should wind up that Arizona State has to, because of that eligibility question, forfeit some of the games, then Washington would have the one loss you see there washed from their record. So the decision regarding Arizona State University and those 8 players will have some meaning down the road. Incidentally, it has been advertised that the Pac-10 Conference hoped to have a decision by November 14. That is not necessarily the case. It may be longer than that. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson. And I think it is fair to say that if Washington wins here today over USC, it will be considered something of an upset because the Huskies have been decimated in their backfield by injuries. They lost a great running back here, a record setter in Joe Steele, and Kyle Stevens, the number 2 tailback, is also down with injuries. Kind of interesting that John Robinson, historically, when he brings his football team up here to play, likes to put the ball in a water bucket at home in that dry climate of Los Angeles and let the youngsters work with a wet football. Well, this week, it rained, honest to goodness rain on Wednesday, and the Trojans had a chance to go out and splash around in the mud some. And now, I suppose John might be worried as to whether or not they're going to be able to handle a dry ball up here this afternoon, because we know Washington's defense is potent, and they're going to put a lot of heat on Southern California this afternoon. There are some outstanding people that you'll see playing college football this afternoon. And let's begin with the USC Trojans, because they have in their stable 2 of the really top offensive players in all of college football this year. I'm speaking primarily of one man, number 16, Paul McDonald, the brilliant left-handed quarterback who completed 25 passes last week against Arizona for 380 yards. He is the unquestioned field leader, confident, cool, and poised. And, of course, when you talk about Southern California offense, you talk about the tailback position, and they've got a great one there this year. Charles White, number 12. And if Charles White today gains 17 yards or more, he will then move into second place all-time in collegiate rushing, second only to Tony Dorsett of Pittsburgh. White is the top rusher in the country this year, averaging nearly 171 yards per game. But a measure of Charles White's career, I think, is found in these numbers. He has run for more than 100 yards in 28 football games in his career at Southern California. and that is truly remarkable. The University of Washington special teams have made a lot of noise this year and won some games for the Huskies. A young man named Mark Lee plays cornerback, but he also returns punts for Washington, and 3 times this season he has run back punts for touchdowns, each one of them a major factor in a game. The 64-yarder he had last Saturday provided the win for Washington over California. And here come the Trojans out of the tunnel and into the stadium. And as the white-shirted Trojans come out, led by their coach John Robinson, you see their record reflected there. It brings a big groan from this crowd of more than 60,000 people at UW Stadium. They respect them. And they know full well how deep and talented this Southern California football team is. But when the purple shirts of the Huskies come out, you get this kind of reaction. Up here. Frank Broyles is with us today as our commentator and analyst. First time Frank has ever done a football game out of the University of Washington Stadium, and you've got a good one to work with today.
When you get in your home stadium, Southern Cal, your fans are going to participate in the game. They're going to be active and support every way that they can.
Let's talk a little bit about this Southern California offense now, the balance that John Robinson and his coaching staff have been able to achieve.
It's very impressive. 466 yards on offense, 290 rushing, 166 passing, and much of the credit has got to go to the offensive line, led by Brad Buddy, the All-American football player. They're very imposing, Keith. They're awesome, in fact, averaging 6'4" in height and over 255 pounds. And they have perfected the toughest technique in football, to block for both the run and the pass. They are something else.
Defense, however, for the Trojans, not as imposing as it has been in times past.
No, teams have been able to move the ball against the Trojans, particularly against the pass. And in talking to Don James, the Washington coach, he feels they've got to throw the ball to win the day.
Don James, on the other hand, has used the special teams, the defense, to score points this year.
Yes, he's convinced his defensive teams that there's more ways to score when you're on defense than when you're on offense. And these units have combined for 7 touchdowns. And he believes today he's got to get at least 1 from the kicking teams and also from his defense.
He's going to try some shenanigans, though. And I say that with my tongue in cheek, because what he is doing today, he hopes to do today, is take a page right out of the Los Angeles Rams, what they did to the Seahawks last week in pro football, and that's send a 7, 8, 9 man front of him.
He told me yesterday, you can't defeat Southern Cal playing cautious football. We're going after them. We're going to take chances. They may hurt us with it, but our only chance to win is to upset McDonald and White.
Okay, that's the preamble for today's football game matching the Huskies of Washington at home against the USC Trojans.
The 1980 Chevrolet Monte Carlo, with its rich new interior and its distinguished new exterior. A responsive V6 so efficient, it offers these impressive EPA mileage estimates. And there's something else new and exciting. An available turbocharged V6 engine that gives passing acceleration on demand. But above all, Monte Carlo's a sheer joy to drive. 1980 Monte Carlo from Chevrolet.
I just discovered oil. I just discovered oil.
People are discovering Texaco's new Haviland Supreme, the motor oil with a special friction fighter that's been proven in fuel economy tests. Extensive tests showed that 2 of the leading 10W40 motor oils advertising extra gasoline mileage couldn't beat new Haviland Supreme. And you still get Haviland's Trooper-tested engine protection, too. Discover new Haviland Supreme, protection plus unbeaten mileage.
We don't have the sunshine today that they have had here recently. Sort of a gray day, 47 degrees, and the series record goes like this. But the last meeting, in fact, the last 2 meetings here in Seattle, Washington has beaten Southern California. So we're ready for the kickoff as the Trojans will receive it. The man that USC likes to have it come back in the arms of Raymond Butler, and the kick is in the air. Butler drifts over, but it is Marcus Allen who takes it, number 33. And Marcus Allen pops it up. The Trojans and the Huskies fight for it. Let's see where they'll give it. They'll give it to USC, down at the 17-yard line, and almost right there was an opportunity for Washington. It will be a game of hitting this afternoon. Here's the play.
Marcus Allen, number 33, a very fine football player, really gets hit over on the left part of your screen. The ball comes right out, and let's see if we can detect who makes the sensational effort.
Michael Hayes covers it.
Michael Hayes, number 25. Great effort on his part.
And the first play from the offensive set now for the Southern California Trojans, and Washington sets up there with a 5-man front. Now the linebacker steps into the hole. The ball is given to a fullback, Allen. Allen gets it up to the 20, just over the 20. Big sophomore from San Diego, California. Here's the way the Trojans line up. Paul McDonald, the senior out of Covina, will open at quarterback, and obviously Charles White will be at tailback for USC. There's big Marcus Allen, who's already been involved in 2 moments in this ball game. Kevin Williams, the flanker from San Fernando, and Danny Garcia. Last time we saw USC, Garcia had a very big day against Notre Dame. It is second down from just over the 20, and let's call it 7 yards for USC. Rakshani in motion. Charles White's first carry of the day is up across the 25 to the 26. He's about a yard short of the first down. The offensive front that Frank Broyles mentioned, Mosbar, big freshman, 265 pounds. Roy Foster, 260 pounds. Chris Foote, the center, 250. Brad Buddy, the big guard, 253 pounds. Keith Van Horn, the tackle, 250. And the tight end is Hobie Brenner at 235 pounds. It is third down and a yard to go for USC. Washington now with a 6-7-man front. McDonald gives to White. White's got the first down as Charlie gets over the 30 out to the 31. And so much for that drama. The Huskies are working this way defensively. Doug Martin, Stafford Mays, and Chris Lennon are the big guys on the down position. The linebackers are Jim Pence, Antoine Richardson, Jerry McLean, and Bruce Harrell. Harrell, the leading tackler. Secondary is Mark Lee, Lance Todale, Greg Grimes, and Derek Harvey. The referee is John Presley for this ball game as the Trojans break it 1st and 10 at their own 31. And McDonald's first passing effort of the day. Pressure, down he goes, back at the 21. Antoine Richardson, a senior out of Linwood, California, sacks the USC quarterback. This is what can happen when you're sending 6-7-man front up there, and sometimes 8.
Richardson was unblocked, Keith, and he has 4.5 speed. And he was on top of McDonald before he realized it. Big loss.
The ball is back at the 22-yard line. They've got to go to the 41 for the first down. They need 19 on second down. It's Charles White on the 28 pitch play, or the so-called student body right, and Charles is up to the 28-yard line. He got the better part of 6 yards on the carry. Remember, going into the ball game, now he only needed 17 yards to take over second place, and he has achieved that. He's
tied with him, Keith.
Yeah, he's tied now. Next carry, he'll get it. Third down, about 13. Double wide to the left side for Southern Cal on 3rd and long. McDonald back to throw, looks over the middle for Garcia. The pass is deflected, and once again there was terrific pressure from the Washington defensive front as big Doug Martin came boring in. And listen to the crowd react as the Husky defense forces USC into 4th down and the punt.
The fans could play a big part in the momentum of this football game for the Washington Huskies.
Especially with Mark Lee back there, who has been so dramatic. He has run 3 punt returns back for long touchdowns this year. David Pryor is in to hit it. Pressure on, the kick is away. It's kicked to the sidelines and away from Mark Lee. He made no effort to get to it at all. The ball was angled way away from him, and Washington opens with Tom Flick at quarterback. Vince Kobe will be at the tailback. Toussaint Tyler is a very good fullback, a big junior. Paul Scansey is a freshman, and he can flat fly at the flanker. Aaron Williams is another freshman. He's in there because Ron Blacken is injured. He may play some today, but Williams is also another flyer for the Huskies. So here comes Washington up now. First down at their own 32-yard line and their first possession of the ball game. The tight end, Bales, jumps the count. David Bale, junior out of San Marino, came in from junior college and he jumps ahead of the snap. So that'll cost him 5. Joe Sanford is the tackle for Washington, 275. Phil Foreman at 238 pounds. Tom Turnure, the center, at 240. Dan Shavira, 245-pound senior. Randy Van Devere, 255-pounder. And Bale at 228. So they're not small up front either. From the 27, first down and 15 now for Washington. Flick's got it on a roll and looking downfield. Puts it in the air, and the pass is complete up to the 34-yard line. Making the catch, Scansey, number 94, 5'11", 185-pound freshman out of Gig Harbor, Washington.
Keith, that was a good call. You can see Scansey's just a down-out pattern, but they had first and 15. They needed to go for the pass, and there was good throw, good concentration by the freshman Scansey. He pushed out of bounds by Ward.
So from the 34-yard line, it'll be second down and 8 for Washington.
Cut!
He's going to end it in the middle this time to the tailback, Kobe, and Kobe is up across the 40. Just short of the first down, Dennis Smith, number 49, in on the tackle for Southern California. The defensive unit for Southern California, the 3-down linemen, Myron Lapka, Ty Sperling, and Dennis Edwards. Linebackers are Larry McGrew, Dennis Johnson, Eric Scoggins, and Ricky Gray. Brian Darby is in there now instead of Scoggins. Herb Ward, Jeff Fisher, Ronnie Lott, and Dennis Smith, the secondary. It's third down. They need a yard. Goes to the tailback. Kobe goes up over the top. His helmet and shoulder came down right at the 42, just over it. They marked the ball just beyond it. It's first down, Washington.
That's what we call a confidence build, a first down. Get a penalty, first snap, and then make the first down after first and 15.
Homecoming, the reunion of the 1960-61 Rose Bowl teams. Yes, indeed, they are homing up here in Seattle. They are really jacked up for this ball game. There's a lot at stake. Scansey is way wide. He's well out of the picture. Flick goes, looks for him. He cuts it. The pass is put up to Bale, the tight end. He grabs it at the 49-yard line and brought down just short of midfield. That is not enough for a first down. Here comes some pressure in the middle. C63, Ty Sperling, and they hold him out of there. Now he gets through, and he makes Flick unload it.
Ricky Gray had collision. This is Sperling, 63, the nose guard. Watch him put pressure. Great effort on his part, but excellent execution by Flick, the quarterback.
So it is second down. The ball is very near midfield. They need about 2.5 yards for the first down. And the tailback, Kobe, runs into a whole bunch of trouble. 63, Sperling is there, and Ricky Gray, 35.
Number 63, Sperling, the nose guard, has moved over into the gap. He shoots between the offensive guard, and the center cannot block him. He penetrates right at the point of attack. Kobe for a 4-yard loss.
Dennis Johnson is shaken up on the play. He's down on the field. Time has been called in behalf of the injured Southern California player. And so with the timeout, we have 9:42 to go in the first quarter, and there is no score.
Eaton helps this corn get the rain it needs every day in just the right amount. This center pivot irrigation system delivers it, regular as clockwork, in circles half a mile across. Eaton keeps it moving with lightweight hydraulic motors. Dirt and moisture don't bother them, so they keep running and running, increasing productivity to meet the needs of a changing world. That's one of the ways Eaton profits from change.
When you break horses for a living and you do it wrong, they can break you first. But when you do it right, you can turn a terrified animal into a horse a man can count on. And now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life.
If you've got the time. If you've got the time. We've got the beer. Miller Beer.
Dennis Johnson, number 56, a linebacker. Here's how he was hurt.
Number 56, the center, makes a cross body block, and actually his legs, if you'll watch it, detect that they body whip him just a little bit, leg whip him, and knocks him down. Watch him grab his left knee right here.
He's walked off the field, and hopefully it'll be all right. From the 48-yard line of Washington now, it is third down. They've got to go to just about the Trojan 47 for the first down. They need 5. Flick all day to throw. Throws incomplete. The pass intended for Scansey, number 94. Covering on the play, Don Jones for USC. Steve Busick has replaced Johnson at the linebacking position. Chip Banks is not here. One of the linebackers for USC broke his nose against Arizona last week and did not make the trip. Raymond Butler and Jeff Fisher are the deep men for Southern California.
Ray Butler, Jeff Fisher, deep for the Trojans.
And in to punt for the University of Washington is Rich Camarillo, who was in the news himself because of a transfer earlier in the season, but that's been all cleared up. Camarillo hits a beauty. Camarillo hits it. It bounces at the 5 and goes into the end zone. So the Huskies are not able to down it deep. That's a 52-yard punt. We have about a 5-mile-an-hour wind. And here are some scores. Penn State barely scratching out a victory today over North Carolina State by a score of 9-7. Kind of a long season for Joe Paterno at Penn State. Some numbers on these two teams. You can see they both like to do their scoring on the ground, though USC has been quite prolific this year through the air. First down at the 20 for the Trojans. White has it. White gains a couple of yards, and he has now moved into second place in the all-time rushing column behind Tony Dorsett of Pitt. Lance Todeo, the cornerback, was coming up, putting on some heat that time, and those Washington cornerbacks are very active people.
In last year's game against Washington, White rushed for less than 50 yards. They did an excellent job of defense.
Second down and 8, just outside the Trojan 22. Kevin Williams lines up in a tight end position now. They hide him there quite a bit. McDonald rolls down and he's looking for him, and he's got him. And Kevin Williams is ridden down at the 24-yard line, and number 48, Antoine Richardson, rides him down hard and shakes him up. Kevin is down on the field. If he is hurt, then it may mean a lot of things, because one of the things that USC had in its playbook today was to try to hide him not only at tight end, which they've been doing for years, but also put him at a tailback position to give him a little more opportunity to throw the ball. But right now he is down on the field. This is Williams breaking out of the tight end position, and he catches the pass, and then he is hurt as Antoine Richardson rides him down.
Richardson, number 48, the strong linebacker. Let's see if we can see exactly how he was injured.
Tune in KOMO radio after the game today for college football scoreboard.
Well, it looked like a clean tackle to me.
Just fell right on his head, it looked like. Could have been a shoulder injury. I know that. You can, when a receiver falls on his shoulder, many times on artificial turf, Keith, it makes for a separation. Very painful.
Williams now has 48 receptions in his career at USC for 19 touchdowns. One more pass reception would tie the school record. Jeff Simmons will go in, number 29, a freshman, to replace him at the flanker position. Time is out, unfortunately, for an injured Kevin Williams. 8:25 to go first quarter. There is no score.
Who's the symbol of good customer care?
Mr. Goodwrench.
Who stands for your GM dealer's commitment to improving service at over 6,000 participating dealerships?
Mr. Goodwrench.
Whose face is seen nearly everywhere?
Mr. Goodwrench's.
Look for him. He wants to show you he cares about you and your GM car.
It's him, Mom.
Keep that great GM feeling.
It's Mr. Goodwrench.
With genuine GM parts.
A 6-hour select division.
Ah, the new video cassette recorder from RCA.
Yeah.
Go on, buy one.
Better wait till the price comes down.
Live a little.
Penny saved.
Don't wait.
Rebate. Huh? The RCA Select Division don't wait rebate. RCA will send you $100 if you buy now. $100 rebate? Uh-huh. Well, what are you waiting for?
The RCA Select Division don't wait rebate. If there's ever a time to buy one, it's now.
What a rebate. What a deal. What a steal.
School activities are the other half of education, but are supported by less than 1% of the school budget in most communities. That's the best bargain in education. The National Federation of State High School Associations urges you to support high school activities which educate boys and girls with unmatched economic efficiency.
They're still ministering to Kevin Williams' possible shoulder injury. Let's hope not. Third down. The ball is at the 25-yard line. 3rd and 5 for Southern California, and you've got 10 men on the line of scrimmage. And one of them gets in there and gets Paul McDonald. Bruce Harrell, the leading tackler for the Huskies. That's exactly what Don James said he would do in his defensive gamble, and for the second time, it's paid off.
Let's watch Harrell, number 55. They have 11-man line. You can't see all of them, but you notice that he comes unblocked because you can't block 11 when you try a forward pass. And he wrestled McDonald to the ground.
And it's 4th down with Pryor in to punt and Lee to receive it for Washington. Pryor standing, will hit it inside his 5. Again gets pressure, gets the kick away. Lee again will have no opportunity to return it, but Washington gets the football in Southern California territory. It was a 31-yard punt by Pryor, hitting into about a 5 to 10 mile an hour wind. So it is a bruised shoulder for Kevin Williams. It is not a separation. At least the indication is that it's not a separation, though they may have a better look at it at halftime. The ball is marked at the 47-yard line of Southern California. First down, Washington. Bale, the tight end, goes in motion. The ball is given to Tucson Tyler, the fullback, and Tyler hits it to the 44. Picks up 3 yards on the carry.
Heath, that was the first run by Washington on first down. The other possession they threw on first down, mixing it up beautifully, trying to keep the Southern Cal defense off balance.
Dennis Johnson is back in the ball game for Southern Cal, so he's shaking off that twisted leg that he had, and he's back in there.
2nd and 6, the 43.
Give the progress to the 43-yard line, make it 2nd down and 6 for the Huskies. This time they're in a split-back formation. Let's see if it reads pass. Yes, it does. The pass is away. The pass is complete. Scansey has it down at the 33-yard line of Southern California. That's the freshman. Really quick.
Let's watch Scansey. He's going to run a delayed route. He's going to hesitate, do a 360 degrees, come inside. The ball is right on target. Watch this little freshman run with the football. He nearly escaped this group of white shirts right here. Finally, they get him down. First down.
At the 33-yard line, 11 yards on the pickup, and the pass completion. And John Pressler, the referee, walks in and charges Washington with a timeout with 6 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the first quarter. We have no score in the ball game, but right now it is Washington that is making the first real offensive threat.
Where Westinghouse generates power, you'll find Westinghouse protection. We invented circuit breakers 50 years ago. Today, they protect utilities, as well as industrial machinery and homes. And now we're putting more protection where it's even more important. The new Westinghouse ground fault receptacle protects you. Westinghouse, the producer. Westinghouse, the protector. Westinghouse, a powerful part of your life.
New Kodak Instant Color Film and the Drama Club Hayride.
Oh, no. Talk about flops.
This happens. Hey, maybe not. Let's see. Suddenly.
No, no, no.
Suddenly, you see a smile growing with each passing moment. Suddenly, you're closer than you've ever been before.
New Kodak Instant Color Film. Now brighter, sharper color in half the time.
Next Saturday, first a classic rivalry. The Ohio State Buckeyes battle the Michigan Wolverines. Then Miami takes on #1 Alabama on ABC.
There's a shocking final for you, and not all that shocking, really. Purdue's a quality football team. They won a big one today at home, beating the Michigan Wolverines 24-21. And we'll have highlights of that at halftime for you on our Fireman's Fun flashback. It is first down Washington at the Southern California 33-yard line. First quarter, no score. Tom Flick gives the ball off to the tailback Vince Kobe, and Kobe hit behind the line of scrimmage. Powers his way to the 30, and Tennessee drilled Notre Dame today, 40-18. The Volunteers were hot after being upset by Rutgers last week, and they just jumped all over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Georgia continues undefeated in the Southeastern Conference, and the possibility of the Sugar Bowl assignment, routing Florida today as the Gators continue winless. Second down and about 8, or a long 7 if you like. And Flicks back to throw. Goes over the middle with it. He goes deep for Scansey, and it's too deep. And Thomas Lott, number 42, really rode Scansey coming off the line of scrimmage. They got away with it.
Yes, they did. It was man-for-man coverage. They had 3 wide receivers and put Southern Cal really in a bind, and they were very fortunate to get by without a touchdown. Had Flick been right on target, it would have been a TD.
One of the things to notice again here, though, that USC so far has not manifested a good deal of pressure on the Washington quarterback.
And Tom Flick is undefeated in his 3 starts at Washington. 3rd and 8.
It is 3rd down, call it 8 for Washington at the Trojan 30. Flick will put it up. His pass over the middle is complete. It is caught by number 91, Aaron Williams, the other freshman. And it's a first down for the Huskies inside the Southern California 18-yard line. Fisher made the tackle.
Let's watch how cool Flick is. Number 12. He finally spots Williams coming right across the middle. Watch Williams concentrate and hold the football for a completion as Fisher, number 40, is covering in man for man. Watch it again. 91. Williams is a freshman. Fisher, number 40, is coming right across man for man, but could not break up the pass.
13-yard pickup. Call it the 17-yard line of Southern California. The ball is given to Tucson Tyler, the fullback. And Tyler gets it across the 15 for about 2.5 yards.
John Robinson told us that he was one thing concerned him about Washington was the ability to run and throw, mix it up similar to his own football team. If that happened, it would be a long afternoon for Southern Cal.
4:50 to go in the first quarter. The Huskies manifesting a threat, the first threat of the ball game. You can see the Trojans have been stingy defensively in the first quarter this season. Second down from just inside the 15. Flick hands the ball off to Kobe. Here's where they miss Steele. Steele is not the quickest, was not the quickest running back in college football, but he was a shifty sort of a fellow. There was a hole there that Kobe could not get to. Steele might have, or Stevens with his speed might have, but that's if and or but. They ain't playing.
That's a good call, Keith. Kobe has not been a tailback very long. He's played fullback up until 2 weeks ago.
All right, the Trojans bowing their neck here. The football is down at the 13-yard line. It is 3rd down. 3rd and 6. Flick to throw. Gets it off over the middle to Bale, the tight end. And Bale fighting for the yardstick. Right in the center of the field is close to his first down. Just depends on how much they'll give him. And if they don't give him the first down, and they're not going to, it's going to force Don James into a decision. They will go.
Watch Bale 84. It's again the delayed pass. These are possession-type passes that you should complete about 80% of the time. But watch it. He nearly fumbles the ball, but grabs it back for the completion.
It is 4th down and 1. 4th and 1, just outside the 8-yard line of USC. Here come penalty flags all over the field. It looked like the right side of the Washington line was wiggling. Van de Veer. And if that's the case, that will bring in the field goal unit.
Keith, what happened is 4th and 1. Everybody's ready to charge and make the first down. But the quarterback changes the play, which takes longer, and they got over-anxious. Jumped offside.
So Mike Lansford comes in. He has not tried a field goal from inside the 20 this year.
Well, watch 79, Van de Veer. He just couldn't wait. He was too anxious to make that 1 yard.
This will be a 29-yard attempt, and Lansford is 5 out of 5 from this distance. A lot of leg, and he drills it. And the Washington Huskies, with 2 minutes and 57 seconds to play in the first quarter, take a 3-0 lead over the Southern California Trojans. So if they had not made the offensive mistake, if the big tackle has been able to keep his poise under the circumstance, who knows, they might have taken it in for 6. But they do get 3 out of it.
That's a big 3, scoring first against Southern Cal.
There's Joe Steele, who broke all of the running records at Washington, the records held by Hurry and Hugh McElhaney, who has been honored, put into the Hall of Fame last night. Joe busted his knee a couple of weeks ago, and his career is over. And boy, he was a dandy around here.
Over 3,000 career yards, which places him 7th in the Pac-10.
Look at K-State. Give it to Nebraska today, leading 12-7 in the 3rd quarter. But you're now getting that ball game getting downward. Depth will probably start to tell. Ohio State winning big today, 34-7. You know, if Michigan should get all pumped up and upset Ohio State next week, then Purdue's in pretty good shape for the run to the Roses, aren't they?
Yeah, I know Bo Schembechler must be low for many reasons. Jim Young is his former coach on his staff for many years.
See, the Hogs have finally come back to take a 20-17 lead over Baylor after trailing at one time in that ball game, 14-0. Here's the kickoff now, and it's Marcus Allen at the 2-yard line. Allen is down at the 15. They'll give him to about the 16. It was Bill Stapleton who came roaring downfield. I told you they were foaming up here, and boy, this is a fiercely partisan crowd of 60,000 people.
Stapleton, Keith, ran right through the wedge and just made the tackle by himself. Excellent play on his part.
Now it's up to Paul McDonald, the poised, confident senior quarterback, to get him a range. They've got double tight end alignment with James Hunter and Hobie Brenner, both in there right now. Charles White. And Charles White runs it across the 20. They'll give Charlie about 5 yards on that carry. ABC's presentation of NFL Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas 8-2 in the NFC East, the top team in the National Conference in total offense. Philadelphia second place in the NFC East, so the Eagles will be trying to zero in on the Cowboys. Danny Garcia, number 26, is now in there wide for USC, and McDonald rolls it out to throw it. He's looking for Garcia, but goes instead for Brenner, and Brenner, cutting across at the 35, makes the catch for a Trojan first down. Here, the poise and confidence of a senior quarterback is so important.
He had to have a careful throw. It's a bootleg, and on a bootleg pattern, if you'll notice, the linebackers are taught to look for the crossing in, and that's exactly what McDonald's doing. He's showing cool, but he has to have a perfect throw, as you can see, absolutely perfect for the completion.
Just short of the 35-yard line, the Trojans first down. McDonald to Charles White. White coming to the outside, and the Huskies get him. That's tough defense.
If you're going to play the student body sweep, Keith, you've got to force it in the backfield, and Todale, number 10, was back in there and forced White to change his direction until pursuit could get to him. Excellent play on their part.
Richardson went outside and forced him back inside for the tackle. And it is second down. White gaining about a yard. 2nd and 9, just over the 35. Washington bouncing around on its defensive set. The ball goes to Charles White the other way. And the Huskies roll him down. But again, the great ability of that offensive unit up front, the big guys in the trenches, and the toughness of White takes the ball to the 39. I said of Charles White at the Notre Dame game earlier this year that I thought he was made out of doorknobs because he is so tough and so durable. Garcia and Butler are wide men, and White goes in motion. On 3rd down, McDonald is back to throw. He loops it out. The pass is incomplete, intended for Raymond Butler. Butler was all alone. I mean, there wasn't a Husky within 10 yards of him, and McDonald missed him.
The man in motion forced Washington to change their defense, and they both covered the man in motion. No one covered Butler. He was wide open, but a poor throw by McDonald, incomplete.
Lee now drops back. Remember, he's the man who has run 3 long punt returns for touchdowns. A 64-yarder last week beat California. 3rd punt of the ball game for Southern California. Pryor's kick is away, and it's not a very good kick. But it does take a Trojan roll and will roll dead at the 18-yard line of Washington. 31 seconds to play in the first quarter. Washington leading USC by a score of 3-0 on a 29-yard field goal. And there's the final from the Michigan State-Minnesota game, which many of you saw earlier today, as Derek Hughes had a day, didn't he?
Gracious. 4 touchdowns.
And Hubert Simpson, a big day for the Volunteers of Tennessee. And what a big win that is for Johnny Majors.
Oh, it was a big win. Johnny's...
Mark Herman, a big day. The Purdue went out of a shotgun some today, too. You'll see some of that on the Fireman's Fun flashback. The ball is marked very near the 20, where the first contact was made by USC. First down, Huskies. Ball goes to the tailback, Kobe. Kobe gets a couple of yards, maybe 3, just on brute strength. Myron Lapka and Dennis Johnson and Ty Sperling were there, and they rode him before they finally got him down.
The reason that you have to throw a lot on first down against Southern Cal, Keith, they stack against the run, trying to force you to throw, spotting you the pass, but trying to stop you for a loss on the run.
Call it a gain of 3, make it 2nd down and 7 for the Huskies, and they will not get the play off. So we've played 15 minutes of football here in Seattle, Washington, and the Huskies are leading USC 3-0.
And I personally assure you, you're getting a genuine bargain. I ought to use Autolite.
You ought to use Autolite.
Instead of your old worn-out plugs, put in new Autolites. They've got a fused glass seal that gives you full power for starting.
You ought to use Autolite.
I've been thinking about the market lately.
My broker says now's a good time to look into tax-free income. What'd your broker say?
Well, my broker's E.F. Hutton, and E.F. Hutton says...
When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
Chevrolet demonstrates the 2 sides of Chevy Citation.
It's a new Chevy kind of compact.
Chevy Citation is compact enough to fit into 3/4 of a parking space and offer gas mileage estimates you'd expect from a smaller car. But inside, Citation has mid-size room for 5 adults and station wagon utility.
The first Chevy of its kind.
This could be the car you've had in mind.
Chevy Citation.
The Washington Huskies have the football, 2nd down, and 7 yards to go from their own 23-yard line as we start the 2nd quarter of play, with the Huskies leading the Trojans 3-0. Tom Flick is the quarterback. His pass is to the sidelines. His pass is complete to Scansey. And the freshman wide receiver is drilled out of bounds by Ronnie Lott. Man coverage, and Scansey is going to give Ronnie Lott a busy afternoon, apparently.
Well, Ronnie Lott is the strong safety and plays linebacker a lot. That's a big score for Arkansas. 4th quarter, 27, Baylor 20. What a ball game they've got going.
Flick now is 6 out of 8 in passing, 51 yards. Syracuse jumped on Navy today. You see the scores coming in from the east. You have Scansey wide left and Williams to the right for Washington. Flick hands it off to the fullback Tyler. And Tyler on the first down from the 31 gets a couple of yards out to about the 33. They have now changed the distance officially of the field goal by Lansford from 29 to 30 yards. So it'll go in the book as a 30-yard field goal. They play on the rug here in Seattle, and it's one of the places in the country where it's very useful. 2nd down and 8 from the 33. Flick will put it up. Pass goes over the middle. It's intercepted by Dennis Johnson. And Johnson, with some help coming back down the field, and the Trojans make a break for themselves as they pick off the pass over the middle. And that's one that Flick shouldn't have thrown.
Exactly right, Keith. He forced the ball, throwing in the middle. Dennis Johnson is 6'4" tall. made a leap. Let's see if we can watch. Number 56, watch the depth he gets. He turns and sprints back to the right of the corner and turns 360 degrees in time to leap right there. Sensational interception.
Short in the crowd, and here are the Trojans now cooking it to Washington 24-yard line. McDonald sets him up with Allen and White behind him. And it goes to White, and White's got a big hole over the left side, and Charles breaks it big inside the 10. Nope, they're going to put him down at the 11 where the knee touched. Marcus Allen, the fullback, again making a big block, but the left side of the line had big freshman Mosbar and Foster opened the first door.
Let's watch Mays, number 58, the nose guard. And, of course, Foot, the son of number 62, knocks him right back, and look at the hole for White to go through. Got him oblivion, laying on top of him.
First down at the Washington 11-yard line, Charles White. Nothing fancy down here. Charles goes to the 6, and he is belted hard. Greg Grimes and Derek Harvey, strong safety and weak safety, coming across to make the defensive play for Washington. But down here, USC knows where it's about. That big offensive front and a guy like a White at tailback, they just bang away at you. Ball is put down at the 6-yard line where it is 2nd down and 4. White now 9 carries and 47 yards in the ball game. That's about what he got against the Huskies a year ago. Right side of the Trojan line jumps as McDonald audibilizes at the line of scrimmage, changes his play, and that happened to Washington when they were deep down there. Now it's happened to the Trojans.
The reason it happens, as I said earlier, on that part of the field, is you're fired up, Keith. You've got your weight forward. You can't wait to block the defensive man and score the touchdown, and you're a little over-anxious. Result, penalty.
5 yards, backs them up just about where they started from at the 11-yard line. 2nd down. Washington got everybody up there. Charles White hit behind the line of scrimmage. Number 67, Mark Giroux, took his legs from under him. That's again the value of the gamble. If McDonald had ridden it off and thrown the ball, it wouldn't have been anybody in the Washington end zone but a white shirt, but he didn't.
Don James said that you've got to gamble and take chances to stop Southern Cal's powerful offense.
Garcia is in, Brenner is out. That's at a wide receiver position. Danny Garcia coming to the right side out of your picture. It is 3rd down from the 12. McDonald will throw it. He's looking for Garcia. The pass is incomplete. Penalty flag. That's going to be interference on Mark Lee, cornerback. Lee was really riding him, and he got caught.
You can watch Lee, number 19. He's playing bump and run. He's going to shove him. Now he has to take his hands off of him. Let's see if we can detect the interference. Lee, number 19, goes in front with his right hand on Garcia. That's interference. Go back, watch it again. His right hand is the cause of the interference flag being dropped. His right hand is on top of Garcia, number 26.
Back judge is John Barger, field judge Lee Cook, line judge Jack Roberts, head linesman Jack Langley, and Duke Dornan, the umpire, with John Pressler, the referee. It's down at the Washington 3-yard line, 1st and goal to go, Southern California. That's too much time, I think. Yeah. 5 yards as the Trojans make their second 5-yard mistake.
Keith, in coaching your team down close to the goal line, you concentrate on not making a mistake. And both teams have gotten inside the 10, and both teams have made mistakes, this being the second for Southern Cal.
I'll call it illegal procedure. Move him back to the 8-yard line, where it is 1st down and goal to go. All the purple shirts are up. White the ball. Maybe a yard. This time, Mays held his ground in his duel with Chris Foote, the Trojan center.
There were 11 men within 1 yard of the line of scrimmage, and the defense were charging through each gap, making it impossible to block all of the purple shirts.
The ball is still at the 8-yard line, and it is 2nd down and goal to go. White now is out at a flanker spot. Allen, the lone remaining back. They've slotted Charlie White. McDonald to put it up. To Butler, incomplete. Derek Harvey and Lance Todale have him covered like a blanket.
Let's watch it again. Now you're going to see Butler come in motion to try to get them moving this way, then he goes back. Now let's watch Ken Todale right here. And number 3, Harvey, just covered like a blanket. One outside and one inside. Great effort by Harvey, number 3.
It is 3rd down and goal to go from the Washington 8-yard line. Put up in the corner. Garcia, touchdown. Great play by Randy Garcia. They put the ball up over Mark Lee. McDonald's pass was letter perfect, and the Trojans have taken the lead at 11:09 in the 2nd quarter.
This is the alley-oop pass. The receiver is not watching it this time. The quarterback throws the ball over his outside shoulder. Perfect throw. Excellent concentration by Garcia, and a touchdown for Southern Cal.
Eric Hipp is in for the extra point try. Snap was high, the hold is good, and the kick is good. And so with 11:09 to play in the first half, the Southern California Trojans, off the pass interception by Dennis Johnson, cash in with this pass play to Randy Garcia.
Here it is again. Watch the concentration by Garcia.
USC 7, Washington 3.
Goodyear, official supplier of tires for the 1980 Winter Olympics, wants you to get a winning performance out of your car this winter. That's why Goodyear service stores will give your car a 7-point electronic tune-up starting at $41.88. And that includes 3 free checkups to keep your car tuned for 1 full year. And Goodyear can help keep your car going through just about anything this winter with the all-season Tiempo, the official tire of the 1980 Winter Olympics. Come into your nearest Goodyear service store today for more Goodyears in your car.
When you get prompt professional title insurance and escrow service.
That's Transamerica Title.
That's Transamerica. When you can count on dependability and precision engineering.
That's Transamerica de Laval.
That's Transamerica. When you can get more life insurance than you thought you could afford.
That's Occidental Life.
There are many companies in the Transamerica family, and they all stand for just one thing. First-rate service at a fair price. That's Transamerica.
Sensational Sugar Ray Leonard, Olympic champ, unbeaten as a pro, now goes for the title against undefeated Wilfredo Benitez this month on ABC.
It's 47 degrees in Seattle. At least it was when we started the game. We have not seen the sun. Paul McDonald putting on his jacket, and you see that he has just broken Pat Hayden's career passing record, 33 touchdowns. Brilliantly executed play and a reflection of the kind of balance that USC has in its offense. Rob Kerr's kickoff. It's a yard deep in the end zone to Anthony Allen, and Allen is tripped up short of the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 18 where the Huskies will have it, first down. There are the numbers on SC's scoring effort. Remember, it was the pass interception by linebacker Dennis Johnson who dropped deep. That's put him in motion, and they took it down.
Here we go. Here we go, Huskies. Here we go.
From the 18, they send Williams wide left and Scansey wide right. Flick pitches to the tailback, Kobe. Kobe cuts it back and gets it across the 20. Next week, our presentation of college football will include these games. Ohio State and Michigan. What a big one that is always. It seems like it's always a big ball game. Alabama. Alabama playing tonight at LSU. Will play Miami next Saturday, and you'll see that one. Bear Bryant tonight. Paul is trying to win his 100th game in the 70s. That's remarkable. Flick gives the ball to Kobe, and Kobe, with tremendous blocking, breaks it all the way across the 30-yard line, and the Washington offensive front just blew the Trojans off the line of scrimmage that time.
Keith, that was the first time that they've snapped the ball from the up position on a quick count, and they caught Southern Cal napping just a little bit, and they got good blocking positions. Big hole and a first down by Kobe.
Call it the 31-yard line. 10-15 to go in the first half. USC leading 7-3. Flick gives it off to the fullback. And Tyler strung out after he gets maybe 3 yards on the carry. Dennis Johnson very much involved in the defensive play for USC. Ty Sperling comes out at the nose guard position. That means Big George Achika, who's a 260-pound freshman, goes in to play that position, number 78.
Lou Holtz pulled out a big win.
Keith, 29-20, huh? Holmes is tough. Yes. Second down and 7. Flick still got it, getting backyard backdoor pressure. Pulls it down and runs it out of bounds up at the 38-yard line. Dennis Smith, number 49, coming after him. Kevin Williams has been x-rayed now and has returned to the bench, and the doctor's going to study him, and that's one of the remarkable changes that's happened over the years in college football, where they don't guess anymore. They go look at it. One of the great medical centers in the world right here on campus, too. Going to have a medical consultant one of these days with a color man. Third down. They need about 3 yards to keep the ball. Flick hands it off to the tailback, and Kobe is not going to get the first down. He's going to come up about a yard short, and that will bring up a 4th down for the University of Washington at 9:15 to go in the first half of play. So they are going to mark him about a yard short of his first down. This program, an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
You're watching KOMO, TV for Seattle.
The x-ray shows that the shoulder is not separated. It is a bruise. Raymond Butler is the deep man for Southern California. Camarillo's kick, his first one was 52 yards, and this one's a beauty, too, as Butler backs up and takes it at the 15. Now he's got a little room on the sidelines. And he is finally caught and dragged down up around the 30-yard line. It was Tom Turnure, the center, who brought him down. A 45-yard punt and a 15-yard return.
We're not just a couple of animals who can only play football. We can be civilized, too.
Tennis is sophisticated, but you still got to be fast on your feet. So we still drink light beer from Miller. It's got a third less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling.
And it really tastes great.
Now that we played singles, we're looking for a nice, friendly game of doubles.
Tennis, anyone?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
July 9th. Disaster strikes the Blackwood Mountains, and Homelight is there, the Chainsaw King, as rugged and reliable as the men who run him. Stop it at Steelhead Creek, and you've got a chance. And soon, you're walking out the only way you know how, a winner. When the time in your life comes to get a chainsaw, get the King. Homelight, the Chainsaw King.
This fall is the second year of competition for 38 schools in the NCAA's new Division I AA football group. Florida A&M defeated Massachusetts for the initial championship last year, and the 1979 season climaxes with the title game December 15th, to be covered by ABC.
Another reflection on the Pac-10 standings. USC winning today and winning against UCLA on the 24th can go on into the Rose Bowl with an undefeated record. But if Washington should win today, then the Huskers are still in the hunt, very much in the hunt. First down, the ball is at the 30. USC owns it. They lead in the game 7-3. And the ball goes to Charles White. And White takes a lick from number 46, Greg Grimes, as he gets up for about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry. Their final scores now from the east give Charles White 3 yards on the carry, make it 2nd down and 7, and the Carmen Coza's Yale Bulldogs 35-10 win today.
Still undefeated.
2nd down 7 as White again is your deep man. And Charles has it. And he doesn't get a lot this time. I tell you, these Huskies do play defense. Doug Martin, big number 73, is down in the trenches. You see him there for Washington now. Let's watch that battle in the trenches.
That's 68 Van Horn.
Yeah.
Trying to block him. Watch him just square it off right there. Martin probably should go ahead and play football.
3rd down. The ball moved back now to the 31. McDonald to put it up. Goes to the sidelines to Butler. A beautifully run play. The pass is complete. First down, Southern California at the 45-yard line.
That was precision, Keith. They were in man-for-man coverage again. Butler went down, hooked up, and then broke out in the flat. Ball was right on target, right outside towards the boundary for a first down.
Paul McDonald has now thrown 112 successive passes without an interception. Marcus Allen, the fullback, pops it over the middle, and the ball is at the Washington 48. And you've got 7:10 to play in the first half. The Trojans sitting on a 7-3 lead and starting to move the ball. Clemson with a big win in the Atlantic Coast Conference today over North Carolina. On 2nd down, Charles White runs and gets his first down. You just cannot give Charles White any room at all because he'll tear your grasp and go. He is a tough, hard runner.
That was an excellent run, Keith. He was hit at the line of scrimmage for a short gain, but the power in his legs, he just kept churning and made the first down.
Michael Hayes has gone in at tailback, replacing Charles White as he comes out. 14 rushes now and 53 yards. So Hayes is in at tailback. And he's in motion. They're storming.
You've got to take chances when you're the underdog against a team that's so impressive offensively like Southern Cal. And Don James told me yesterday, and for those that tuned in late, we're going to gamble. We may get burned, but we're going after it. And that's what's happened so far.
It's a loss of about 5, make it 2nd down and 15. The ball is back at the 46-yard line, and Charles White is back in at tailback. White has it. Nope. Doug Martin. Arrow 55 was right there, but it was Martin who made the stop.
Sensational play by Doug Martin, Keith. He was nose up on Van Horn, one of their great blockers. He penetrated and got White before he ever got started.
Ball is still at the 46. It is 3rd down, about 14. Short 15. Wide receivers all over the field. They've got 3 of them out there. Now they put Simmons in motion. And McDonald's pass is downfield. Caught by Raymond Butler out of bounds at the Washington 24-yard line. First down, Trojans. A lot of tools.
That is a sensational play. Watch Butler come inside. It's man-for-man coverage and then break out at Grimes, number 46. It's a mismatch. He's the strong safety, does not have the speed of Butler, and therefore it's completed pass. A big first down on 3rd and long.
McDonald is now 5 out of 80 for 5 out of 8 for 60 yards. 22 on that play. First down at the Washington 24. White. And Charles runs it right up the middle, ducking in behind Foot and Buddy. Give him 6. Call it second down, 4.
John Robinson says that Brad Buddy is the best offensive lineman in America. He's All-American last year. This year, he's having a great year.
White, Brenner, Rakshani all coming out. Hayes is in at tailback. Garcia wide right. Garcia caught the touchdown. They send Hayes now out to the right side. And McDonald looking. Gets it off over the middle. The pass complete to Hunter. Hunter fumble. Trojans keep it down at the 13-yard line. Brad Buddy, number 71, covers it.
That's the type of play you can fully appreciate McDonald's greatness, and I mean greatness. All of his receivers were covered. He scrambled just enough to pick out a delayed Brenner breaking down the middle for the first down.
4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. Southern California leading 7-3. Huskies got on the board first with a 30-yard field goal. Really storming early in the ball game, but USC now beginning to assert itself more and more. And it's that offensive line and that quarterback that are doing it. Fumble! McDonald has to dive on it. Never got away from the center snap. In control of the ball.
This is the one thing that John Robinson probably didn't expect is the mistakes that they're making close to the Washington goal line. That's the third one.
That's the 4th time they've dropped it.
4th, that's right.
They haven't lost any yet, but if you keep dropping them, you will. Ball is just outside the Washington 14-yard line. Second down. McDonald to put it up. He's looking for Garcia. Nope, it's Butler. Raymond Butler, 86. He had gone deep on the pattern. Mark Lee this time did not get beat on the play.
It's a post corner, the toughest thing to defend in football. He's going to fake inside, go right back for the flag. He had Lee turn to the inside, number 19, which puts him at a very much of a disadvantage. The ball is on target, but it cannot be controlled right here by Butler. Watch it go right through his hands.
3:20 to play. Time called by the Trojans. USC talking. They lead 7-3 and looking for another one.
Introducing the 1980 Chevy Malibu wagon.
I'm going to Walt Disney World.
Chevy Malibu wagon has better gas mileage estimates than many compact cars and room for 6. Impressive mileage with a 2-way hatch gate and lots of cargo space. Impressive mileage and available hidden storage.
A fresh new slice of apple pie called Chevy Malibu.
Jill, come on, honey. Mickey's waiting.
Chevy Malibu, America's best-selling wagon.
It's raining, Ollie.
I can see that.
The wipers sure are making a mess.
Well, why don't you do something to help me? Oh!
Once a year, it makes sense to get yourself a new set of Anco wiper blades. It's simple, quick, and an inexpensive way to see your way clear again.
That's much better, Ollie.
Why, thank you, Stanley.
Next Saturday, first a classic rivalry. The Ohio State Buckeyes battle the Michigan Wolverines. Then Miami takes on #1 Alabama on ABC.
All right, USC comes up on 3rd down and about 12. Ball is back between the 14 and 15 of Washington. 3:20 to go in the first half. McDonald back to throw. Gets it off, and the pass is incomplete. Double coverage on the intended receiver, Brenner. And I think Paul was just trying to unload it, really, but he didn't throw it quite high enough. Because they did get a hand on it down in the corner.
The receivers were covered, and he very wisely threw the ball out of bounds, as you said, Chief, to set up the field goal rather than an interception.
Eric Hipp now is in to try for the field goal. He's going to put his tee down back at the 22 or the 21. And it'll be 31 plus. A little more than 31. And from this distance, he's 3 out of 5. On the year, he's 4 for 11. Kick is up, plenty of leg. Looks good, then it is good, as Hip drills one. And the USC coaches said he's kicking better now than he's kicked all year. Had a good week of practice, and with 3:10 to play in the first half, the Trojan lead grows to 10-3 over the Washington Huskies. USC has been able to maintain some consistency in its offense here in the second quarter of play. Washington has not.
I think that it's evident here in the first half that Southern Cal has finally solved their pass protection blockers. Keith, they got tackled, sacked 2 or 3 times early, but they have not gotten close to McDonald's since.
USC held the ball in that possession for 14 plays using 5 minutes and 24 seconds. That's a lot of time. That's what we'll have for you at halftime.
The game was played on the grass field.
See now the depth of that Nebraska ball club. They're deep, strong, and wore out a lot of spirited efforts in that third and fourth quarter.
Oklahoma continues to roll against Kansas.
We're going to have that matchup for you too on the 24th. Oklahoma, Nebraska at Norman. All right, Rob Kerr will kick it off. That's Anthony Allen up at the 7th. And the reserve quarterback brings it up to the 27-yard line where Kenny Moore brings him down for USC. And that's where Washington will go to work.
With very little time on the clock.
3:06. Tulane. Greeny's tough this year. Georgia Tech winning a ball game today. They haven't had that many wins this year. Look at Indiana.
First and 10, Huskies on their own 27.
27-yard line, first down, Washington. Trojans lead at 10-3. Tom Flick hands to the tailback. Oh, look at Kobe. He's got quick speed. He's about a 9.8 sprinter, and he runs it down to the USC 49-yard line before Herb Ward finally corrals him.
Let's watch it again. It's a sensational run by Vince Kobe right here, number 28. Watch his movement as he starts to get hit by Smith, number 49, the safety. He breaks out behind Fisher, missing the tackle. Lott falls down, and all the way from the right side, Ward makes the tackle.
24-yard gain on the play, 9 for 51 now. For Vince Kobe, the tailback, first down just inside the Trojan 49-yard line. Fullback Tyler to the 46. There's the time remaining in the first half. Very gray now as some heavier clouds have moved in. But the rain, if it comes, will be a blessing. Because the hydroelectric people up here are very concerned about low reservoirs for the coming winter.
But not for the coaches, Keith.
No. John certainly doesn't want to see it, does he?
No.
Second down and 7. Flick still got it. Puts it over the middle to the sidelines. Incomplete pass intended for number 91, Aaron Williams.
Flick is mad at himself. He had Williams open. Would have taken a perfect throw, but he was open.
Larry McGrew was in his face. He caused him a little trouble. Matter of fact, he put him on the back of his shirt.
That has its effect, too.
Yes, it
I believe that I was a quarterback.
Ron Gibson is now in at fullback for Washington, number 42. He's a senior from Everett. Double wide left side, open field side. Third down and 7. Flick getting some heat. And they've got him. Big number 70 is Dennis Edwards. Rolls him backward. And it'll bring up fourth down. That's the first time the Washington quarterback has been hit behind the line of scrimmage and downed. Now the Huskies will have to punt it away. And again, they're using that big 24-yard run by Kobe. They're not able to cash it in with 1 minute and 25 seconds to play in the first half. Camarillo in to kick it. It's Raymond Butler, number 86, and Jeff Fisher, number 40, deep for USC. Ball is kicked toward Fisher, and Jeff calls fair catch. And the USC will have the ball first down Up at the 24. That was only a 29-yard punt. Timeout. 1:08 to play first half.
Hi, I'm an independent Texaco retailer. Not really, but when I grow up, maybe I'll go into business for myself and run a Texaco station like my daddy does. Make all the decisions, hire my own help, set my own prices. The Texaco will help me a lot, but I'll be the boss. Yes? Mama says to come home for dinner right now.
Texaco's independent retailers, working to keep your trust.
What have we here?
This Christmas, thrill the kids with an exciting Radio Shack electronic game. Low-cost, fast-action games. There's football, pinball, basketball, golf, baseball, all with electronic sound effects. Challenging games for year-round fun.
You caught old Santa.
Better shop early. We don't expect them to last long at our low prices. Radio Shack electronic games, $19.95 to $29.95. Only at Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
The 1980 Winter Olympics this February, exclusively on ABC. Get America's Jim Denny win the gold at home.
1:08 to go in the first half. Southern California, first down at their own 24. They lead 10-3. McDonald to White. And Charles White is close to a first down as he takes it out to the 34.
All on just second effort. Hit at the line of scrimmage and would not go there.
Washington unable to maintain offensive consistency. Southern California's offensive front beginning to assert itself with its balance. Time called by the Trojans. They bring the change out to check on just how much they may or may not need for the first down. It's a first down for the Trojans by just that much. USC now with one timeout remaining.
McDonald was mad at himself because he didn't realize they were going to take time out to measure, and he wasted one of the very valuable timeouts.
Tomorrow we'll have college football 7 and 9 with Bill Fleming for you. Those are the games that we'll be highlighting.
Some good ones. That should be a burner down at LSU, Keith, in the Tiger Den with Alabama. No Bear hates to go there.
Find out something.
Find out means how many timeouts do we have left? For sure. That's what he wants to know.
Got one. Well, you might as well take it. You only got 55 seconds to play here, and you've got, with the measurement plus the timeout, you have a little more time to work with, I guess. But it's not. McDonald and Robinson both upset that they spin it there. They didn't really want to.
But with Southern Cal, it's not far-fetched to think they can still get another field goal opportunity or possibly a touchdown because
Absolutely.
they have the resourcefulness to force you to cover the entire width of the field and the depth of the field, the length of the field, every down.
First down for the Trojans at their own 34. In a play like this, where they need the big play, they do miss the speed of Kevin Williams. Now you've got Butler and Garcia both wide to the open side. And McDonald looking for him. He puts it in the air for Butler. No. Mark Lee defending.
Mark Lee has some quickness. 4.3 he was timed by the pro scouts this past spring, and he just backed up, which he should do on situations such as this, and be sure that Butler doesn't get behind him, and he didn't.
McDonald threw that ball very close to 50 yards and was pretty much on target. Look at there. Texas Tech getting all they want from TCU. Oregon and Stanford even. It is second down and 10 at the 34. That's Charles White in motion. McDonald and Marcus Allen run together in the backfield, and it all goes for naught. Just that little bit of a delay back there was expensive as Rusty Olson, a junior from Spokane, comes in to make the tackle for Washington, and the clock is running.
I guess Southern Cal big feels now that they just run the clock out. They're not using their last time out.
Surprised Washington, however, doesn't spend some timeouts to force the Trojans to punt if they can. That would give them some degree of opportunity to exercise Mark Lee again. California with a 14-6 lead over Washington State. That's being played over in the eastern part of the state today. McDonald pitches to White. Fumbles the ball, but gets it back. That's 5 times they've dropped it and picked it up. All 5 times. And the first half is over. As Southern California leads Washington 10-3. We'll be back with today's halftime activities after this word about an upcoming ABC program and a word from our local station.
Sunday is double Mork Day.
Nick Orson hears about this.
First, Mindy goes undercover in a strip joint to trap a blackmailer.
I love what you're doing with the balloons, darling. I bet you don't have a pet porcupine, huh?
And in part 2, the law uncovers Mork.
You think they'll kick me off the planet?
It's a full hour of Mork and Mindy. Then, on the Sunday movie, they call it escort service.
Welcome to Romance Central.
But it's really a new twist to the world's oldest profession. And even nice girls get trapped in love for rent.
Tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom. See you in a couple of days.
Say, where are you going?
For a little ride.
Well, it better be a little ride. There isn't a gas station open for miles.
Don't even need a full tank. I'm taking my Volkswagen Dasher Diesel. It's the best mileage wagon in America.
But how far do you have to go?
The other side of my ranch and back.
Oh, big deal. How far is that?
About 500 miles.
Oh.
Volkswagen does it again.
Right now, there's a special deal for sports fans at McDonald's. Every time you buy a medium-sized soft drink, you get a special Seahawks glass for only 29 cents more. There are 4 glasses in all, so get the one with your favorite player. Okay, guys, who gets what?
Steve Rabel glass.
Sam McCollum. No, get the Sherman Smith glass.
Sorry, guys, take the 2 Yasosopo glass.
Oh, you're a rookie, man. Don't get his glass, get Sherman's glass.
This week's Seahawks glass features Bill Gregory, Dennis Boyd, and Manu Tuiasosopo.
KOMO-TV for Seattle.
Our halftime score, the Trojans of Southern California leading the Huskies of Washington 10-3, and this is how the scoring took place in the first quarter. Mike Lansford, a 30-yard field goal. Washington led it 3-0. In the second quarter, Paul McDonald hit Danny Garcia from 8 yards. Hip's kick was good to make it 7-3. Hip added a 31-yard field goal to make it 10-3 at halftime. Now it is time for Fireman's Fund Flashback, brought to you by Fireman's Fund Insurance. And Fireman's Fund Insurance is brought to you by an independent agent near you. Our studios in New York, Mr. Chris Schenkel, as we are going to consider some of the other happenings in college football today, and in particular, one involving Chris's alma mater, Purdue.
Well, the Purdue Boilermakers won the battle today against Michigan, but lost the Big Ten war, it seems. They had some stellar performances by individuals like Bill Kay, who intercepted 3 passes, recovered 1 fumble. Ben McCall scored 2 touchdowns. John Seibel kicked the first field goal of the year for the entire Purdue team. Coach Jim Young finally beat Bo Schembechler 24-21. Mark Herman, the Purdue quarterback, the Boilermakers in the dark jerseys, 1st and goal in the Michigan 2, first quarter. Ben McCall scores his first touchdown, 7-0. It remained that way at halftime, and then in the third quarter, punter Brian Virgil of Michigan couldn't handle that bad snap from center. Tackle on the 25. Purdue took over, leading 7-0. 2nd and 2 in the Michigan 8. Herman to Ben McCall, going 13 yards, moving it to the Michigan 1. Still in the third quarter, 1st and goal, and Herman calls his own number 9, goes over for the second touchdown. Purdue led 14-0. Then later it was Michigan's ball, 1st and 10 on the Purdue 27. And Butch Woolfolk, a great running back for the Wolverines, took the ball, moved to the Purdue 5-yard line for a 22-yard gain. 2nd and goal at Purdue 6, Michigan and white. Wangler hits Doug Marsh, number 80, a great end for the Wolverines with a 6-yard touchdown pass, 14-6, as Michigan failed on the point after. 4th and 1, 10:27 remaining. Quarterback Mark Herman hands off to Ben McCall, 13-yard touchdown scamper. Point after was good, 24-6. Then the Wolverines came on in West Lafayette, Ross-Ade Stadium. Following a pass interference, Roosevelt Smith plunges in from the 1. The 2-point conversion try failed. 24-12, Purdue. 2nd and goal on the Purdue 4, Michigan with the ball, and it's Woolfolk going in for a 4-yard touchdown, 24-19. Then Michigan quarterback John Wangler attempts to pass, but he's dumped by Purdue linebacker James Looney, killing all hopes for a Michigan victory. The final score after an intentional safety, 24-21, Purdue upsets Michigan.
You know, if you've ever looked for business insurance, you've found out how important it is to get protection that exactly fits your needs. Well, this hat, the symbol of Fireman's Fund Insurance, electronics, gigantic Raytheon Company, as well as Tom Hall's radio and TV. It even helps cover the Chicago Cubs. So for business insurance that's tailor-made for you, along with money-saving loss control programs that really work, make sure you ask your independent agent about Fireman's Fund. Because whether your business is large or small, you'll find this hat is just your size. In the yellow pages, Fireman's Fund Insurance Companies, subsidiaries of American Express.
I'm Bill Murray, Executive Director of the American Football Coaches Association. All our coaches strive to maintain high ethical recruiting standards. We want to improve the process through which the high school athlete selects a college. Football coaches spend many hours recruiting student athletes. They're concerned that each athlete and his parents are fully informed as to what is permissible and what type of financial aid can be offered and accepted. The NCAA has a free booklet, The College-Bound Student Athlete. It covers the general rules and regulations governing recruiting, eligibility, and financial aid. Athletes and parents should study this booklet, accept only what is permissible. For a copy of this booklet, write Recruiting, NCAA, Box 1906, Shawnee Mission, Kansas, 66222. The Coaches Association supports eliminating recruiting abuses.
The preceding message was furnished by the NCAA.
Our score at halftime, Southern California 10 and Washington 3. As Washington led after one period 3-0, but the Trojans coming back to get 10 points in the second quarter of play. And that's where we are in the ball game, being played in Seattle on a dry field. The ball game being brought to you by Chevrolet, who invites you to come see the all-new 1980 Chevrolets at your Chevy dealers. By Nikon, who brings you the new low-cost, fully automatic Nikon EM. Not just a camera, it's a Nikon. By STP Gas Treatment and STP Oil Treatment. And by Radio Shack, your electronic Christmas store with over 5,000 stores and participating dealers nationwide. Right now, let's have a look at the USC campus.
This is the University of Southern California, standing proudly on the threshold of its second century. 100 years of academic excellence, private support, and responsible independent education. A century of outstanding men and women, leaders in the arts and the professions. A tradition of commitment, a catalyst, not merely a reflection of the vital changes in its community. This is the University of Southern California, proud of its independence, prepared for its future, accepting the challenge of private higher education. The University of Southern California, moving toward Century 2.
He came out of Oklahoma. He played in for Bud Wilkinson. He learned part of his coaching trade under Paul Bryant. He came to Washington succeeding Darrell Royal. And from 1957 1974, Jim Owens won 99 football games as a head coach of the Huskies, lost 82, 6 ties. Standing alongside of him, Tom Tipps and Norm Pollum, who were on his coaching staff at that time. Among the players who have gathered for the 1960-61 reunion, names like George Fleming and Bob Schlarette, and Don Makita, and Norm Dix, and Ben Davidson, Davy Phillips, Kurt Yegner. It goes on and on. And I don't really think that Jim Owens ever really got the credit he deserves for having really been the man that, as much as anybody, turned West Coast football around, because he went in to beat Wisconsin and Minnesota back-to-back in the Rose Bowl. Now it is time for ABC News Halftime Report.
From ABC News in New York, this is the Halftime Report with Barry Serafin.
Good afternoon. While those Americans continue to be held hostage in Iran, the White House has taken action aimed at Iranians in this country. Details from George Strait.
In his first overt action since the takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, the president today directed the Attorney General to identify any Iranian students in the United States who are not in compliance with the terms of their entry visas and to begin deportation procedures against those found to be in violation. Later this weekend, the Immigration and Naturalization Service will issue a notice requiring that all Iranian students report their present location and status to their nearest INS office. In addition, the Department of Justice will also be checking with universities and colleges across the country, and they'll also be sending out FBI agents to check on the 50,000 Iranian students thought to be here. George Strait, ABC News, the White House.
More than half of the Americans being held in Iran have reportedly signed a petition requesting that the United States ask the Shah to leave this country. That report is being viewed skeptically by U.S. officials. Iran's leader, the Ayatollah Khomeini, has rejected a plea by Pope John Paul that the hostages be set free, saying that would be contrary to popular opinion in Iran. More on the hostage situation from Bob Dyke.
A view at last of some of the hostages. This film was first transmitted on the state-owned television network tonight here in Iran. The Swedish ambassador went to see them today, along with diplomats from France, Algeria, and Syria. It was a mercy mission, they said, to see how the prisoners were being treated. The diplomats were apparently invited to come by the Iranian students who have occupied the grounds for a week. The Swedish ambassador said he managed to talk to a few of the hostages to ask them how they were bearing up to their confinement.
Not received any major complaints with regard to their health. Of course, they seem tired, which is natural, but our impression is that their health conditions are generally good.
Bob Dyke, ABC News, Tehran.
This is Barry Dunsmore. Quiet diplomacy continued on a number of fronts today, but it's admitted that for all the toing and froing, nothing which could be described as negotiating is taking place. At an unusual Saturday briefing here at the State Department, the only new element concerned the visits to the compound by additional outside observers.
I would note that we are obviously pleased by the increased access by independent observers to our hostages. We continue to hope that we will be able to speak with them directly.
Carter challenged the validity of an alleged petition signed by some of the hostages calling for the Shah's extradition. He also repeated the president's message of yesterday, asking Americans to contain their understandable frustrations. Barry Dunsmore, ABC News, the State Department.
The target of the students in Iran, the exiled Shah, was visited today by former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger at the New York hospital where the Shah is being treated for cancer. No details of their conversation were provided. ABC's Doreen Kays reports from Cairo that an aide to the Shah will go to Egypt within the next 10 days. That follows speculation that the former Iranian leader may accept an offer by Egyptian President Sadat to fly him from the U.S. to Egypt. In other news, Alfred Kahn, the administration's chief inflation fighter, said today if Chrysler wants that $1.5 billion government loan guarantee, the company and the United Auto Workers will have to revise their new wage contract. John McWethy reports.
Kahn says the contract as currently written is outrageous.
The UAW Chrysler contract does not remotely approach the kind of sacrifice that I think the directly affected and interested parties have got to demonstrate as a condition for being bailed out by the U.S. government.
Does the president agree with this new hard line?
Yes, the administration agrees with me.
The bill to aid Chrysler is now pending before Congress, and Kahn says the White House will continue to support it. If there are not some changes in the labor contract, though, there is a serious question about whether Carter will sign the bill once it gets to his desk. John McWethy, ABC News, Washington.
Rosalind Carter is flying home tonight from Thailand with a report for the president on her trip to see firsthand the plight of refugees from Cambodia. And the Senate has approved and sent to the president a bill already passed by the House authorizing $30 million in aid for the refugees. That's our halftime report. I'm Barry Seraphin. More later on the ABC News Weekend Report.
The halftime report is a presentation of ABC's World News Tonight.
We're back in Seattle at the University of Washington Stadium, where the Southern California Trojans hold a 10-3 lead over the Huskies at halftime. Keith Jackson along with Frank Boyles, and we're not dummies. We put on our coats because it was 47 when we started, and it's chilly. Right now, I think a good, tough, competitive ball game. Let's take a look at some of the moments that have had some meaning in the first half of play. And I think one of the most important moments came when Washington put the ball in the air, Flick forced the ball, and Dennis Johnson intercepted it for USC.
And it was a sensational play on Johnson's part. He leaps high in the air after turning 360 degrees to find the receiver, and then makes an outstanding run. He's really a fine football player. Gets the ball for a mini drive, of which McDonald took it on in for the score.
USC had the ball first down at the 24-yard line, punched it on down, made a couple of mistakes, but they still were able to overcome it on an 8-yard touchdown play to Danny Garcia. And one of the things that they have had today is they've had Garcia and Raymond Butler in the same neighborhood, and that's a tough neighborhood.
It is, Keith. When you get close to the goal line, Washington has been playing man for man, and when you single up and have to cover him inside, outside, it's a very difficult assignment, and one that actually McDonald looks for. He wants this.
Dan Garcia had a big ball game the last time we saw the Trojans against Notre Dame, and he's in for another big day today. But Kevin Williams played very little in the first half. He did make one pass reception, and in the process was rolled down hard by Antoine Richardson on a good clean tackle and came away with a very deep bruise in his shoulder. He has been x-rayed. There is no shoulder separation nor break that they could find in the x-rays, and he is available just in case they have to have his speed.
Yes, and they need him because he has that blinding speed. You can see it on the replay. He falls on his left shoulder, and it's only a bruise, and I know the Southern Cal fans are pleased about that.
The Washington defense, we were told going into the ball game, would be in a gambling position. They're sending an 8, 9, 10-man front up there. They've done it. But the difference in the ball game right now, I got to say, is this balance that USC has offensively, and their offensive front is now beginning to sort of take command of the ball game.
Washington has not been able to put pressure on McDonald in the second half, and McDonald has been able, Keith, to hit the third down critical pass, where Flick from Washington has missed on the third down plays, and that's been the difference in the ball game.
So USC getting its 10 points in the second quarter of play and beginning to maintain consistency in ball control and move the football and absorb the time. So we're about ready for the second half of play between the Huskies and the Trojans.
To ride the rolling thunder and feel the power of freedom, you go for it. Making the most of now. From the life you live to the beer you drink. And since 1849, the beer that makes the most out of life is Schlitz.
When you're making it beer, make it this one here. Schlitz makes it great.
Go for it.
From the legend that is Nikon comes the new Nikon EM. And from the Nikon EM comes...
Hey, girl.
Molly. This sharp, this clear, every time. And especially this time. Because the Nikon EM is fully automatic. It even signals if there's not enough light.
Is there enough light? Sure, no problem.
So you get perfect pictures. And the Nikon EM is so easy to afford. The new Nikon EM, it's not just a camera, it's a Nikon.
Want to know 4 ways to help get better gas mileage?
Tell us, Mr. Goodrich.
First, air up. Keeping tires at recommended pressure can help save up to a gallon of gas per tank. Next, tune up. That can help save up to 2 gallons.
Wow!
Then, clean up. Get new filters. And slow up. You can go farther on a tank full.
Keep that great GM feeling. Nice and tank full, Mr. Goodrich. With genuine GM parts.
Mark Wilson has followed the tradition of outstanding quarterbacks at Brigham Young University. His excellence on the field and in the classroom is typical of what today's student athlete represents. Leadership, dedication, teamwork, a concern for the future. Mark's experience at BYU is an exciting example of college football's role in preparing productive citizens.
Football at Brigham Young is an important part of my life. But just the opportunity to participate in sports is more exciting than all the publicity and glory that go along with it. Drugs have become too important in the lives of many young people. If the time and effort wasted on drugs were put into sports participation, many of these confused youth would become happier and more productive. Looking for a challenge? I gave sports a try. Why don't you? Get high on sports, not drugs.
The preceding message was furnished by the NCAA.
Looking at some of the other scores in the Pacific 10 today, Oregon is leading Stanford 10-7 at halftime, and that's a scrappy bunch down at Oregon. They had a week off to heal and get ready for Stanford. Arizona State and the UCLA Bruins even in the second quarter at 3-3, and there are your standings at the top of the Pac-10. And we've had some surprises looking around at other conferences today, with the big one there being Purdue upsetting Michigan 24-21, and I sort of put that upset in quotes. Ohio State won big today over Iowa 34-7, and that sets up the Michigan-Ohio State game next week in Ann Arbor, which you'll see here on most of these ABC stations. We'll have it for you at 12:30 Eastern time, followed by Alabama-Miami, as the late game in Alabama tonight is playing down at LSU as Paul Bryant tries for his 100th win in the 70s. Oklahoma won big today. Nebraska had a bit of a tough time with a scrappy bunch from Manhattan, Kansas. The K-Staters finally succumbing 21-12, and obviously that sets Oklahoma-Nebraska showdown November 24 out of Norman. We'll have it for you. Here's the second half of the Washington-Southern California game. The kickoff goes deep into the end zone. It is dropped there by Willis Ray Mackey, who is a freshman out of Luling, Texas. And they'll bring it back to the 20-yard line, where Washington will have the first offensive possession starting the second half of play. Every time I see that Luling, Texas, I wonder how in the world Mackey got away from Bill Yeoman. Washington offensive backfield will be Tom Flick at quarterback, Kobe the tailback, Tyler at full, Scansey and Williams. And we've got a penalty flag that was thrown on the sidelines, and now they're going to bring it back upfield and call USC offside and re-kick it.
Snakes in the kicking game make a difference.
Sanford, Foreman, Chenier, Shavira, Van Devere, and Bale, the offensive front for the Washington Huskies. 10-3 ball game as we start the second half of play.
Keith, Washington has returned 2 kickoffs this year for touchdowns, one 95 yards and one 99 yards.
USC cheerleaders are here. Art Bartner has brought a portion of the Trojan band. They did not march at halftime because they only have, looks like 40 or 50 people, but they're whooping it up down in the corner of the end zone. Their team leading. USC has come out in the second half. They put on gloves because the temperature's getting down around the low 40s, I would think. This time the kickoff hangs up there and goes to Anthony Allen. And a penalty flag thrown as Allen brings the ball back out to the 31-yard line. Like Don Jones was the man that got in there to make the tackle on him, make it the 32-yard line. Let's see about the flag. It looks like a clip call against Washington. So that's a tough way to start the second half.
You definitely don't want it, Keith, on your 15, 16-yard line.
The defensive front for the University of Southern California, Myron Lapka, big guy, 245 out of Chatsworth. Ty Sperling is at 235 at the nose guard, and Dennis Edwards, 225 at a tackle. Larry McGrew, an outside linebacker, at 220. Dennis Johnson, who had that big play in the first half, 230. Ricky Gray, 225 sophomore. And Eric Scoggins, 6'3", 220. He's sharing time there with Byron Darby. Darby playing more, really, in the ball game than Scoggins. The ball is put back at the 13-yard line of Washington, where it is first down and 25. Play goes up the middle, up across the 15 to the 17-yard line with Toussaint Tyler carrying the football. The defensive secondary for Southern California is number 23, Herb Ward, number 40, Jeff Fisher, Ronnie Lott, number 42, who's been able to control Scansey pretty well, particularly in the second quarter. Dennis Smith, number 49.
Second and 5.
Second down. Let's call it the 17-yard line. The gain was from the 13 for 4.5 yards. Ball goes to the second man, Kobe. Kobe caught by McGrew, and down he goes for a loss on the play of about a yard. So that'll bring up third down, and they'll need a good long 6 for this one.
Third down has been Washington's problem. They have not been successful in the first half hitting the third down pass to keep their drive going. Their passes that they did complete, Keith, as we said earlier, were on running downs after a play action fake.
Paul McDonald shaking himself loose, anticipating return to the ball game. Third down 6 for Washington. Otherwise, they're going to have to kick it out of their end of the field and give USC good field position. Ball is handed off to Kobe, the tailback, trying to get to the outside. He won't do it. He's down inside the 15-yard line, brought down by Ronnie Lott. And now USC will get the ball, and they're almost sure, unless they mishandle it, to get it with good field position.
4th and 8, Huskies on the 14.
The temper of the game at the very beginning belonged, of course, to Washington, playing in their home field. But the strength of USC steadily taking its impact. And Camarillo will punt it with Butler deep to return it. Spins it upfield. Butler waves fair catch and makes the catch at the 48-yard line of Washington. It was a 34-yard punt. And so here's USC now. Will start their first offensive possession on the Washington end of the field. Kevin Williams obviously is, at least I don't think he is, and he is not out there on the field. But all those other people are. Butler is the man wide to the right side. From the 48 of Washington. Ball goes to Charles White, who breaks it up the middle. One step and he was gone for 6. He runs the football all the way down to the 26-yard line of Washington. And again, you always, when you see success for the USC tailback, almost inevitably you will find the USC fullback right in front of him. And see number 33? That's what got Charlie going.
And of course, Marcus Allen is not big for a fullback, but he has the quickness, and he ties up the defensive man momentarily, just enough to allow White to break into the secondary for the big game.
It could be that Marcus Allen will move to the tailback spot next year. Quite a prep career behind him. This time Marcus gets the ball, and he slashes right up the middle, so they were able to take Stafford Mays right out of that nose guard position one more time and get big yardage, moving it from the 26 to the 19. Here's Kevin Williams back into the ball game. So Kevin, who suffered a deep shoulder bruise in the first half of play, returned.
2nd and 3 on the 19.
2nd down and 3. The ball is at the 19. White now has run for 102 yards in this ball game on 19 carries. McDonald looking to throw. Puts it in the air. The pass to Williams. Touchdown, USC. Little Kevin Williams got behind Lance Todale. What a career Williams has had. With that touchdown reception, Kevin has tied the USC record of 20 touchdowns in his career with Hal Betzold. And there's about a 2-foot difference between the two. Kevin's about 5'8", and Hal was a great big horse.
You see him in man for man, and that's a mismatch. I think that McDonald will tell you that he'd like to see the team play man for man every down because the receivers that he has in Williams and Butler and Garcia, they have.
And with 11:51 to go in the third quarter, Southern California strikes quickly to lead 17-3 over Washington.
We took your favorite full-size car, the new Chevrolet, and made it right for the 80s in Chevrolet's kind of way.
Introducing the newest technology in Caprice and Impala, with EPA estimates that mean you can go farther on a gallon of gas, farther on a tank of gas, than any full-size Chevrolet ever. We made it right for the 80s, right for you.
We made it right for the 80s. It's a new Chevrolet.
You don't need a haircut, Mr. Reed. You need Brill Cream.
Brill Cream?
Sure. Your hair is short enough, but it's a mess.
It sure is.
Brill Cream, so concentrated, just a little dab keeps my hair healthy looking and in control all day. Watch. Without Brill Cream, hair's out of control. With Brill Cream, hair stays in control. Try a little dab. See? Terrific, huh?
You're right. With Brill Cream, a little dab will do you.
I would be surprised if Kevin plays any more today, but then I was kind of surprised to see him come back for that one play. But in that one play, he put his name in the USC history books.
It's amazing how many touchdowns this young man has caught in comparison to the number of receptions, something like 33%, 8 out of 22, 8 out of 23.
So the Trojans lead by a score of 17-3. The man who really ignited that touchdown march was Charles White, who has gone over 100 yards for the 29th time in his career. And the kick by Rob Kerr is in the air and bouncing deep into the end zone, and the Huskies will down it there and bring it out to the 20-yard line. One more look now at the SC touchdown.
In man-for-man coverage, it means that Thodale has got to cover Williams all over the field, inside, outside. And it's really an impossible task if you give the quarterback that much time, and McDonald had plenty of time to wait until Williams defeated him deep for the touchdown.
So now Washington, which has not been able to maintain any offense since the early going of the ball game, comes out with their same offensive group. And Tom Flick, the quarterback, wants to put it up, and he does, throwing to his fullback Tyler, but it is incomplete. And he had some pressure from Byron Darby, 94, and Myron Lapka, number 96. He's now 6 out of 11 for 51 yards. ABC News presents 2020, a special edition. Monday night's lineup includes a report by Geraldo Rivera at the business of being a child star. We'll also have a report on teenage pregnancy. That's ABC's 2020, Monday at 8 Eastern and 7 Central Time. Second down and 10 from the 20. Flick gets his pass off deep. And Williams is there. Aaron Williams makes a sensational catch between two Trojan defenders all the way down at the Southern California 34-yard line. He got right in between Dennis Smith and Jeff Fisher and just made a heck of a play.
Outstanding effort by Flick, the quarterback. He dodges Edwards, number 70, and just throws it as far as he can. Watch Williams come, protect his body from the ball from the defenders. Good concentration and completed pass, something they needed. And he's just a freshman. Aaron Williams, number 91.
46 yards on that play, and it's first down at the Trojan 34. Third quarter of play. Kobe, the tailback. And Kobe turns it upfield. Dennis Johnson, number 56, brings him down at the 28 of USC. Gain of 6, second and 4 coming up.
Good movement by the left side of the Washington line. Gave Kobe a little running room. He cut back inside this behind pursuit.
Scansey to the open side of the field, running out of your picture there. Williams to the bottom of the picture wide. Flick still got it. Going deep with it for Scansey. He's got it at the 2-yard line. He got away from Herb Ward. First down and goal to go. Washington on the Trojan 2.
Let's watch it again. It's an out and up pattern, and you can see the pump. That is to fool the defensive back, and it does. But watch the concentration by this young freshman, Paul Scansey. Let's watch the isolation. He's going to go out in the flat. The quarterback pumps the ball, lays it up for Scansey to run under it, but watch the concentration. Both feet coming down in bounds for the big play.
They put it at the 1-yard line. 27-yard pickup. And the Huskies trying to get back in this ball game. Kobe, penalty flag. Kobe short of the goal line. Watch the penalty.
Keith, one thing that you have to worry about is putting a man in motion on the 1-yard line. Sometimes you'll make a mistake. Other times in Southern Cal will make the mistake.
USC was offside. That's what drew the penalty flag. So they'll move it a little bit closer to the goal line.
This drive started at the 20-yard line of Washington. 2 big pass plays by Flick. One to Williams, a freshman, and one to Scansey, another freshman. Both wide receivers for Washington that started are out of this ball game injured.
Keith Richardson and Ron Blacken are the two wide men that they replace. Ball is about, I wouldn't say more than a foot away from the goal line. First down and goal to go for Washington. 17-3 ball game. Flick. Keeps it. Touchdown. James on one side of the field, John Robinson on the other side of the field. 80 yards in 5 plays. If there is a place to attack USC, it is in the secondary. The kick is up. Hooked it sharply to the left, but he keeps it inside the goal post. That is 68 consecutive extra points by Mike Lansford.
If keeping up with your car is getting you down, fight back with STP. STP gas treatment fights to keep your carburetor clean, and that can help keep your engine running like it ought to. Try STP.
Tom Flick, who has just directed Washington right back into the hunt. 17-10 ball game. The Huskies will kick off. Raymond Butler is the middleman and deep for Southern California. It is Butler. And Butler is caught up at the 17-yard line. Ken Driscoll, number 40, holding the middle position, there to get him. Well, let's see what sort of an effect or impact this has. Suddenly, boom, boom, and the Huskies put a touchdown on the board.
And they thought they'd have to throw deep, and that would be their best chance, and they did on that drive twice.
Ball at the 18-yard line of USC. McDonald to White. White bouncing to the outside, and Charles runs well. Gets up to the 24-yard line for 6 yards before Derek Harvey, a freshman out of Elkins Park, Pennsylvania, shoves him out of bounds. Washington hit quick, didn't they?
Yes, they did. 1 minute and 46 seconds, 80 yards. That fires your team up and your fans and gets the momentum in your favor. They need to stop Southern Cal right here, force them to punt.
Second down and 4 for the Trojans from the 24. Allen. Marcus Allen bounces off the stack over to the left side and gets a couple of 3 yards out of it. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys will have at it on ABC's presentation of NFL Monday Night Football next Monday. The Eagles are second in the NFC East. Dallas leads. Big opportunity for Dick Vermeil's green shirts from Philly. Third down. Need about 2. White didn't get it. Rusty Olson, number 64, down in that stack wearing a purple shirt, was a key man on the hit. Antoine Richardson, 48, was also down in there.
All depends upon the spot.
Don't think he made it. Well, the Trojans, obviously. Paul McDonald comes over instantly and says, well, let's just bring the chain out here and see. It's close. By golly, I think he made it by an inch. He did. That's about as close a measurement as you're ever going to get.
It's a game of inches.
That's right.
As that illustrates.
And that linesman is so important in making a call. So by your thumbnail, the Trojans keep the ball. First down. At the 28. he's tough. He's up to the 33, maybe the 34. Richardson, 48, getting up. Gary McLean, 47 for the Huskies. And Charles White.
Here comes
Now
Kevin Williams back.
115 yards, Frank.
Much better game than he had last year when he rushed for less than 50.
Williams lines up in the slot on the left side, top of the picture. Now Kevin comes in motion. McDonald gives it to Marcus Allen, breaks it big, and goes across midfield to the Washington 48-yard line. And here again is a perfect example of the balance of USC. But again, I always go back to the big horses of the
I knew you were.
Boy,
and you can see the whole. Goodness gracious, what a great job Buddy and Foot, the son, did. Number 33, Allen was a quarterback in high school, played tailback as a freshman. Let's watch Foot, number 62, blocking Mays, number 58, controls him perfectly and opens up the hole.
And the Trojans have a first down, just short of the Washington 48-yard line. It's Charles White with the ball. And he's shoved out of bounds by Harvey at the Washington 41. All of a sudden, you begin to see the strength of this Trojan team again.
They have all of the weapons, Keith. We talked about this at Notre Dame when they made 29 first downs, passing and running against a fine Notre Dame football team. But they have the best mixture of running and passing that I've seen in college football in my coaching career, 30 years.
Frank's got a book out, incidentally, folks, called Hog Wild. You have to read it. 41-yard line. Second down, 2. McDonald unloads it to Charles White. Lance Todale slows him down, and then he finally drops him down at the 41-yard line. So it'll be third down and about 2.5 yards. Billy Sims today, rather sizable day. Billy had a touchdown. He's been leading the nation in scoring. Third down and about 2.
Kevin Scanlon of Arkansas has had an outstanding year, Steve. Just outstanding.
Razorbacks still very much in the major bowl hunt with that win. 3rd and 2 for the Trojans. Flag down. Officials stop it. Procedure or too much time? Which?
Too much time.
Too much time.
That's the penalty that you risk when you use all of the shifting and motion. But it's so effective that it's worth the penalty occasionally to force a defense to make so many changes after they line up in a certain defense.
In penalties today, the Trojans have been flagged 5 times for 20 yards. Washington 4 times for 31 yards. 6:55 to go, third quarter. 17-10, USC. On 3rd and 7. McDonald puts it up over the middle. Wow! Off the hands of Raymond Butler, and he was lonesome.
But Grimes, number 46, Keith, was coming at 180 degrees. Let's watch it again, and you can see Butler take his eyes off the ball. Right here, I believe you see him. Here comes Grimes, 46. He was trying to stop and control it before Grimes hit him.
So hoofbeats had something to do with that one.
I don't blame you.
Prior to punt. Some pressure, kick is away, good looking kick, fair catch is called, and fair catch is made by Todale back at the 10-yard line. That was a 35-yard punt, but it's not distance in this circumstance that's so important. It's where he put it. And Washington's going to have to pick up the ball and go at it from their own 11-yard line. Well, Gustavus Adolphus danced on McAllister now. The Fighting Scots have lost 50 in a row. But so what? Oh, boy. They're playing the game. And if the young people up there want to play the game. From the 11. Flick gives it to Tucson Tyler, the fullback, and a pretty good hole over the right side. Tyler runs it out to the 18-yard line. Lott makes the tackle. He was in behind Vanderveer and Shaviro that time.
Good first down charge by the Washington offensive line. Gave Tyler good running room and sets up a possible first down and moving out of the ball out of danger territory.
From the 11 to the 18 to 7, second down and 3. Tyler again. This time there isn't much there. Give him a yard. Number 35 on the top of the stack is Ricky Gray, and number 63 is down in the bottom. That's Ty Sperling. Football is at the 19. It'll be third down and 2.
Crucial 2 yards for Washington. They have a little momentum. They get a first down here. They'll have a little more breathing room.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. I thought they were a little liberal with Charles White earlier. Now let's see whether or not Covey gets the same sort of a break, as he was trying to ram it ahead with Edwards and Sperling trying to lock him down, and that's a lot of muscle to be trying to run over.
He didn't get the break, Keith. It appears to me from here that this official spot is a foot short of the first down.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, does it?
Give credit to the Southern Cal defense. 2nd and 2 and 2 straight ahead plunges, no first down.
They don't have it here. Is that much?
Short of foot.
Well, what do? You're going to have to kick it away, huh?
No time to gamble. No time to gamble. 7 points behind. Anything can happen yet. And will, probably.
5:17 to play in the third quarter. Camarillo on 4 punts, averaging just under 40 yards. Raymond Butler has not had a chance to turn it loose today, and he's a very dangerous punt returner himself.
Second in the nation.
Right. Kicks away, and it's a good high hanger. And Butler is forced into a fair catch back at the USC 44-yard line, 43-yard line, 37-yard punt, 4:53 to go third quarter. The Trojans lead by 7. We'll be right back. Some mother mad at me. First down from the 44-yard line of USC. Charles White. Ball comes loose. Oh, they're going to have to stretch around and find the bottom of it. Ball was stripped as Charles cleared the line of scrimmage. Wait, the official, yes, sirree. Washington comes up with the ball. Chris Lennon, number 61, comes out of there with it. That is the 6th time USC has put the ball on the ground, but it's the first time they've lost it.
Keith, that's what we call a takeaway. It was a good lick by one of the linebackers. Let's see if we can spot which player knocked the ball loose. Number 12, White. Right off tackle.
Somebody really stuck a head in there.
Came from the outside. I believe it was Kent, number 18.
Here's Washington now. First down at the Southern California 47-yard line. A 17-10 ball game with 4:42 to go in the third quarter. Flick trying to cash it in quickly. Throws complete to Scansey. And he tumbles out of bounds at the 42. That's a gain of 5. Boy, that is a good-looking freshman receiver.
Isn't he? I tell you, Keith, he's got great awareness. He runs the route wherever the open spot is, just like you would expect from a senior.
He's from Gig Harbor, which is a pretty little place. Not so little, I guess, anymore. Second down and 5 at the 42. Flick gets his pass off. It is complete. Caught by Williams. Aaron Williams, the other freshman wide receiver, had gone down, curled back.
Dennis Edwards, number 70, was right in the face of Flick. Let's watch it again. And Flick has to throw the ball before Williams is ready to receive it. Let's watch 70. Edwards right on top of him, and Williams has not turned around. Now he's coming back to the ball for the first down. Ward, number 23, was covering.
At the SC 36-yard line. Fullback Tyler. Nothing there, maybe a yard. They'll get him down close to the 35. He ran into Byron Darby, a 225-pound freshman out of Inglewood, California.
He's playing his first game as a linebacker. He's played defensive tackle all year. They moved him to linebacker on Tuesday, and he's playing in this big, important ball game. That's a real athlete.
They lead that ball right at the 36. Second down and 10. Flick's going to put it up. Ball squirts out of his hands as he goes out of bounds with George Achika, number 78, doing the job on him. It was Darby that ran him out of his position, though, and made him run. Don James, who came here, Kent State.
Third and long again, Keith, which puts the pressure right on Flick, quarterback of Washington.
Ball is marked at the 33-yard line of USC. 3rd and 7. Over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Scansey. It was Don Jones, number 11, coming across. A junior out of Los Angeles that batted it away.
Sensational effort, because Scansey was in motion and he was open, but Jones up in front of the pattern gets his hands on. Let's watch Jones, number 11, jump, turn back, and deflects the ball. You can see Scansey, number 94, was open, had a step on Ward, number 23.
A 50-yard field goal try coming up by Mike Lansford. His longest, 49 yards. He hits it, he hooks it, and it's no good. Not even close. And so USC will come out and get the football first down at their own 33-yard line with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. So the Huskies look like they might have something going there off Charlie White's fumble, but the Trojan defense has been getting tougher and tougher and tougher. White has it. Oh, look out. Charles White, who is going for a ton today, is out of bounds at the Washington 39-yard line. 28 yards on that particular carry. 25 carries and 153 yards for Charles.
Give credit to Hobie Brenner, the tight end, who makes a sensational block. Let's see if we can pick it up. And you can see that Brenner has got the inside walled off. A big gap for White. No cornerback or safety in the picture until Lee comes from the other side.
Charles White has run for 150 yards plus 19 times in his career. This time Marcus Allen carries. And from the 39, he's got a couple to the 37.
Marcus Allen picked up 2.
Pressure that Southern Cal puts on a defense is just insurmountable by any team in college football today, in my opinion, when they've got it all going for them like they do today. It's tough.
2:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Outside to White. This time the Huskies play him well. Number 73, Doug Martin, the first purple shirt out there. And he kept running Charlie into the sidelines, and they get him after a short gain, and that's what we have for you next Saturday here on ABC.
Steve, Miami upset Penn State last week, 26-10, and they have come back with a 5-4 record right now.
How would you like to play Penn State, Alabama, Notre Dame all in a row, huh? Florida State, I guess.
Wild athletic.
Florida. Charles White goes in motion. McDonald looking for Garcia. Got it. Out of bounds. Washington, 18-yard line. First down, Trojans.
How calm and cool and collective can a quarterback be? Let's watch Garcia run in and out. The tough pattern that has to be thrown before he breaks to the outside. The ball is on its way. Garcia, 26, wide open, good concentration, completes for the first down.
From the 18. McDonald looks for Williams, throws to Garcia, penalty flag down. Danny is dropped at the 9-yard line. Wait for the flag. Looked like the umpire threw it.
Indicates offensive holding most of the time, Keith, as you and I both know.
Yep. Big mistake. Big mistake.
I know that John Robinson is very disappointed in the mistakes that Southern Cal has made, particularly close to the goal line in the first half and on this occasion. 15-yard penalties are tough to make up this end of the field. But if anybody can, yep, I'd have to say Garcia, Williams, and Butler and Brenner, 4 exceptionally talented receivers.
The ball comes all the way back out to the 38-yard line. They've got to go to the 8 to get their first down. It's White. Charles gets outside and runs it to just about the 30. The crowd today estimated 61,000. They're going to count the tickets on Monday to get the actual count on it, but 61,000 is a new attendance record for this old stadium. Goodness knows I've sat here many a Saturday afternoon and worked.
How many years did you call the Husky game?
Well, I was here. I lived in Seattle 10 years, and I guess every time I was out here, something was going on. Second down from just outside the 30. McDonald dropping back, looking downfield, goes to the short man Brenner, and Hobie makes the catch and takes it out of bounds at the Washington 18-yard line. He looked deep. Kevin Williams pretty well hidden down among the purple shirts down there as Todale had him well covered. So he just calmly drops it off to Hobie Brenner.
Brenner's crossing pattern, and when you're defending deep, he's open, coming and cross. Watch the concentration. He controls it with a 360-degree turn. Finally pinched number 18, makes the play.
3rd and 10 from the 18. McDonald swings it out to White. White going to be stopped short of the first down, but it didn't come easy. It took 3 Huskies to get him out of bounds on the 15-yard line.
He is an incredible football player. An incredible football player.
4th down coming up. And you would obviously expect Eric Hipp and the kicking tee on the field, and that's what we've got. He's going to put it down on the 22-yard line. And he'll hit it from the hash mark. It'll be a 32-yard attempt. He kicked the 31-yarder earlier, trying to make it a 20-10 ball. Game block! It is blocked! Ken Gardner blocked it coming from the outside. And Washington has the ball out at the 37-yard line.
Those defensive special teams have had a sensational year, and that's the first big play they've given to the Washington team in this game. Well, what a big one it was. Let's watch it again. See if we can detect exactly where.
Ken Gardner, number 29, as we called it, the man who blocked the field goal try. And here is Washington now, first down at the 37. 1:11 to play in the 3rd quarter. A lot of time. Flick. Shoots it. Oh, what an incredible effort by Aaron Williams. My gosh, I have never seen a greater effort in my life than that kid tried to pull off right there.
And Williams is just a freshman, number 91, crossing pattern off of a bootleg fake, wide open. The ball is a little bit high, and he can't quite control it, but watch this effort. Just hangs in the air like a basketball player, holding on, but is knocked out when his left shoulder hits the ground.
He must have been 5 feet in the air and couldn't hold on. So it's 2nd down and 10. Josh Sperling, 63, was right there, and so is Myron Lapka and Ricky Gray.
Vince Colby picked up a yard.
There's the young man that blocked the field goal try, Ken Gardner.
He became inside the up back, which is really a cardinal error by Southern Cal. The up back shouldn't let anybody come inside of him, but Gardner made a great effort to block the field goal.
Coming up on a half minute to go in the third quarter. It is 3rd down and 9 from the 38 for the Huskies. Pass to Williams. He gets away. He's got the first down and then some. He's all the way down to the Southern California 34-yard line. He got away from Dennis Smith. Boy, these two kids are exciting, I'll tell you.
It was a perfect throw because it allowed Williams to come back to the ball and therefore get away from Smith. Watch him run with it after he makes the first down.
He's 5'11", 167 pounds, a freshman out of Tacoma.
Let's watch him come back to the ball. Good receivers come back to the ball. Makes it tougher to break up by the defensive back.
29 yards, Williams, 4 catches, 94 yards. First down at the SC 34-yard line. Flick throws it complete to Bale. Bale goes inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. For another Washington first down. 6 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Let's watch it again. Perfect timing on the play. The tight end is open momentarily inside the cornerback. The ball is right on target before, I guess,
Ronnie Lott,
number 42, brings him down.
Time runs out after 3 quarters, 17-10. We'll be back after this message from one of our sponsors and station identification. As we go to the final quarter of play, a comparison of the two quarterbacks. And you can see the edge belongs to Flick, but then he's been without the running support of McDonald. The ball is at the 18-yard line of Southern California, first down, and Flick rolls it out and takes it upfield, and he's going to lose a yard on it, as Dennis Edwards would not let him get away. Third quarter stats.
The offense has picked up a little bit, Keith, in the third quarter. 295 yards total offense for Southern Cal, 265 for Washington. But Tom Flick has passed for 128 yards in the third quarter, which is the difference in this statistics this half.
Second down, 11 from the 19. Pass is in the air. The pass is caught by Scansey. And he is down at the Southern California 12-yard line.
Young man has got excellent concentration. He was about to be hit by Ward 23, and he controlled the ball very easily.
He's caught 5 for 57 yards in the ball game. It will be third down for Washington and 4. There, what those two freshman receivers have done today.
Southern Cal has taken their linebackers out and put an extra defensive back in the game.
Flick looking, throws it, pass caught, and touchdown, Scansey. Again, and I want to show you something, Frank, when it comes, because the two freshman wide receivers were both involved.
I saw it. You're talking about Williams' block.
That's right.
Williams' block coming across, freed Scansey to go in for the touchdown. Just a senior-type play.
17-17 tie, as Lansford now has hit 69 consecutive points after. Now, you look for 91 in this, see what he does.
Williams is coming from the right, but watch Flick wait till he can hit Scansey coming inside, then coming from the right there. You see number 91, another freshman clearing the path for Scansey, number 94.
And with 13 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the ball game, we're all even. Another look at it.
Same type of delaying pattern where the defensive back was screened off. Now you see the block again by Williams. Scansey in for the touchdown.
And every time I see something like this going on, I always say it, and I guess I never should, but they said freshmen couldn't play.
Freshmen can play, believe me. Everybody recognizes that fact today. The high school coaches have just do a tremendous job getting them ready.
Lansford kicks it off. Raymond Butler in the end zone, 2 yards deep, says no thank you. We'll take it at the 20. 17-17, and would you believe the sun has shown up for the first time today. But by now it's down so far on the horizon, it's only a little piece of it's going to reflect onto the playing surface.
I don't know of a quarterback I'd rather have than McDonald in a situation like this.
No,
He's
sir.
so calm and cool.
All right, let's see what Paul can do as he lines up with Allen and White behind him. Give it to Marcus Allen. And 3 yards to the 23. Chris Lennon, 249-pounder from Arcadia, California, makes the stop for Washington.
Southern Cal doesn't want to take a lot of chances, but with their type quarterback and passing attack, they can always dump it off to a back behind the line if the receivers are covered. He doesn't have to force it.
Can you imagine what kind of a party those Rose Bowlers will have tonight if the Huskies pull off the upset?
Conflict.
Second down, 6 from the 24. Where they mark the progress, and McDonald ready to throw it. Swings it out, and the pass is incomplete. He tried to hit Charles White. Antoine Richardson was out there in the area, and it forced Paul to throw the ball a little farther ahead of Charles than he wanted to. So it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Momentum is definitely with Washington. You can see how they line up in the huddle for their defense, and you can see Southern Cal kind of roping back to the huddle. They're a little bit shaken right now.
Garcia and Butler both on the left side. Here's that swing. Man coming out of the backfield, and it's good for the first down up to the 32-yard line. Now the fullback over the years at USC has generally been a very efficient blocker, but also a very good pass receiver. And again, a reminder that USC wins today and beats UCLA on the 24th. They go to the Rose Bowl. But if Washington should pull off the win today, it's going to take some time for ultimate determination, because that decision is yet final over at Arizona State on whether or not forfeiture might be involved regarding eligibility. Here's Charles White. Charles White runs it all the way down to the Washington 38-yard line. The Trojans running on the sideline yelling for face mask as Richardson finally got a hold of White. It looked like he did grab Charles by the face mask, partially at least. Richardson is shaken on the play and down on the field, and White now gains 29 yards on that carry. He has run the ball 28 times today, and White has gained 191 yards.
Watch the sweep again. He cuts inside of the pursuit, back behind, but watch him make Harvey, number 3, miss him. Just shucks him off with his shoulders. How strong is this young man who weighs only 190 pounds? And you can see 48 Richardson grabbed his face mask because his head comes back over. But the official probably was blocked out. Looked like a face mask, didn't you, Keith?
Yeah, it did. It's conceivable he could have grabbed the corner of the helmet. Whatever, Charles is all right. It is Richardson who is down on the field.
That was a very key, crucial run by Mr. Charles White. But how many times has he done it?
Well, he's looking at 200 yards probably today, and there are the numbers on him. You can see it's just incredible. 29 times he's run over 100 yards in a ballgame.
Let's watch it again, see if it's a face mask. It looks like the hand grabs the face mask. It doesn't. we can't tell. He may have the helmet, as you said, Keith.
Yeah, looks like the top of the helmet. Well, the official was pretty close to it. Yeah, he should have been able to see it. But then we had one pretty close to it last week in the Arizona State-Stanford game, and wasn't called. Richardson leads the ball game, walking off as you see. David Clausen will come in. He's a sophomore out of Seattle, but Antoine Richardson is a good football player, and if he's out very long, the Huskies are going to miss him. We're all even at 17-17 with 12 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the football game.
This drive started on Southern Cal's 20-yard line.
From the 39. White. Oh, he goes. He's gone. Mark Lee is the only man, and Charles trying to cut slides down at the 13-yard line. Look at the right side of the line. Buddy Van Horn foot. And watch 71 particularly.
Buddy pulls to the right, number 71. Watch him cut back inside and block Harvey, the best linebacker of Washington, number 55, and then it springs quite clear into the secondary. Harvey, number 3, misses him for a short gain. Finally, Lee knocks him out of bounds, number 19.
Just inside the 13-yard line. And time called on the field with 12:01 to play in the football game. We're all even at 17. Rob Kerr kicks it off. It's a low spinning kick that wobbles around, and it's picked up and brought back to the 30-yard line, and the man who picked it up for the Washington Huskies, number 41. I'll tell you who he is as soon as I find out. Lance Neibauer, tight end.
Keith, that was some drive by Southern Cal from their own 20-yard line just after the score tied the game by Washington. That's what champions are made of, teams like this.
From the 29 is where they put him down. Huskies first down. Kobe, the tailback, gets to the outside. Whoa, look at this. All the way down to the Southern California 19-yard line. Larry McGrew, the man that stopped him.
That was as fine an individual effort by Kobe as you'll ever want to see. Watch him right here. He missed by left to number 96, then he sidestepped Fisher, number 40. 35, Gray misses him. And finally, 57, McGrew makes the stop, saving a touchdown.
Herb Ward had an angle on him and would have been able to get him probably before he got to the end zone. That run, 47 yards, and Kobe now, 15 carries. He's gained 104 yards in the ball game, and Washington has it first down at the Southern California 19-yard line. Reverse it, and oh, how do you do? Williams coming around, runs right into Ronnie Lott, who was supporting, coming from the blind side, and Williams just ran right into Lott's arm.
How lucky can Southern Cal be? They had the safety blitz coming from the wide side of the field, where the reverse was going to end up, and a big loss. Now Flick has really got to make a sensational play to get him back in the ball game.
Buddy coming in there and said, "Whoa, look what I found." Down he went. Ball is back at the 27-yard line. Second down, 18. Flick gets his pass off. Pass is complete. And Williams goes to the 10-yard line, close to a first down. Boy, that's a tough pattern, Frank.
Yes, it is. 3 men out to the left, and they're just crisscrossing, but the poise of Flick, watch it. Just watch it. Finally, Williams, number 91, breaks underneath. Here you can see it again. He go down, going to come back across, looking back towards the passer, number 91, just a freshman, as we've said before. What a play.
And it's third down and 1 from the 10 for the first down. Kobe, and Kobe is hit by Lott. So Ronnie Lott has come up with 2 big plays defensively for Southern California.
I bet they wish they'd run the quarterback sneak. Safety blitz. Unblocked is 42 Lott coming from the right corner of your screen. There's no one assigned to him. Good call by the defensive staff of Southern Cal.
Ball is on the 13-yard line instead of being 1 yard for the first down. It is now 4th down, and they've got 4 to travel. 4 yards. Too much time. I bet you.
Yep, good call. He was trying to change the play. Flick was at the line of scrimmage and just took too long.
That'll make it 4th down and 9.
What a turnaround. I believe I'd go for the field goal, Keith, and you got 8 minutes left.
Well, they're not going to do it.
Well, they've had success on these turn-in patterns by both Williams and Scansey.
They got Kobe now.
They go in motion.
They got all 3 of them, Kobe, Scansey, Williams, all on the right side of the field. Flick getting some pressure, gets his pass off. The pass is incomplete, intended for Scansey, and covering on the play for Southern California. Doing a good job of it, and he hasn't turned so I can see his number. I couldn't exactly tell who it is.
Let's watch it again. It's a 3-man pattern to the left. And Scansey is going to try to break outside in behind
Smith.
Smith, number 49. See the ball, and of course Flick had a rush on him. Actually, Scansey hit his hands, didn't he?
Yep.
Oh, he's broken hearted.
He stepped inside of Lepka that time to get his pass off under some pressure, and so USC holds, and they get the football. First down at the 18-yard line. Charles White runs it out to the 20.
Still plenty of time if the defense can force a punt, which they're going to have a hard time doing with McDonald tossing the ball out on passes and White running up the middle. The threat, Keith, as we've said, of the pass and the run puts the pressure on the defense.
Field goal, though, a 24-21 ball game, 24-20 ball game would have made it a whole different thing, wouldn't it?
Yes.
White. And Charles White breaks for what appears to be the first down as he gets to the 28-yard line with Mark Giroux and Chris Winnan making the tackle.
How many times do we have to say it, but Brad Buddy, the All-American offensive guard, pulling out, leading on the play, makes the key block that springs White into the secondary for the first down.
Time very shortly becomes a definite ally of Southern California. Clock runs now at 7:40 to play in the game. Trojans first down at the 28. Left side of the line jump.
That surprises you because Southern Cal is moving their men
That's
around.
Keith Van Horn who jumped on it.
Number 68. Number 68.
That backs them up 5 to make it first down and 15. The ball is moved back to the 23-yard line. Charles White now 32 carries, 230 yards. His career best was the 44 against Notre Dame for 261. White's got it again. And caught from behind by number 38, Mark Stewart, a freshman out of San Jose, California.
In what was a sensational play because White was outside of him and he left his feet and was able to get one leg and pull White to the ground.
Clock running at 6:55 to play in the game. You can see how much more Charles has done on the ground today than the entire Washington group, and virtually all of the Washington yardage from Vince Kobe. He has 104 of it. Second down and 13 from the 25. McDonald Puts it over the middle for Garcia. It's intercepted. Nope, incomplete. Oh, it was almost picked off by Mark Lee. I thought he had it.
I did too, Keith. When he fell, it must have popped out. Let's watch it again. Lead number 19 is going to pick up Garcia, number 26, across the middle. He'll come right in the picture. There he is, trailing him. Let's see him use a little surge of his 4.3 speed. The ball is a little bit behind Garcia. Nope, the ball comes right out.
Yeah, Garcia reached back in there and helped knock it loose. So it is third down and 13 from the 25, and Charles White with it. Oh, what a hit! At the 25-yard line by Doug Martin, number 73.
Is White tough? Goodness gracious,
he is
they beat him.
Big old 250-pounder just planted him, and he just bounced right up and said, "Nice hit, man."
Doug Martin was an all Pac-10 tackle last year, second-team All-American.
All right. It's Mark Lee deep for Pryor's punt. 5:57 to play in the game. 8 men on the rush for Washington. The kick is away. Takes an end over end. Going to bounce. Lee fields it to keep it from bouncing on downfield. Look out. Look out. He steps out of bounds at the USC 23-yard line. Pryor, the punter, knocked him out of bounds. He almost turned that thing loose.
You could see the blinding speed of Lee. When he once saw a little daylight, he just accelerated right past all of the covers. Let's watch it again. The ball hit in front of him. He picked it up. Momentarily was held, but here's where he turns it on right here. 4.3 speed. Mark Lee returned 3 this year for a touchdown. NCAA record. Ties an NCAA record.
Oh, he almost broke that thing. First down, Washington at the Southern California 23-yard line. 5:37 to play in a ball game. This in Tyler to the 20. Actually, that's about 2.5-yard pickup.
They expected the blitz, Chief, and they were going to try to split the guard. Southern Cal would have no part of it.
24-17, USC leading. See how big that field goal would have been now? Oh, man.
Mark Lee, 3 punt returns this year for touchdown.
Coming down to 5 minutes to play. Second down, long 7 from just inside the 20. Flick has time, gets it off over the middle. They collide, penalty. They got their feet tangled up. Williams was down there, and Herb Ward got tangled up with him. The receiver fell down, and it's pass interference, first down, and goal to go Washington.
It's very flagrant. I think everyone can see it. Number 91, Herbie Ward, number 23, bumps right into him before the ball gets there. That's the key. And you can see Williams, a freshman, ball. Ward intercepted, but of course the penalty prevails. Washington has it on the 2.
First and goal to go. 24-17 USC. 4:52 to play in the game.
Keith, the big problem here with Washington going for 2-1 is the possible ineligible players at Arizona State. They'll go for 2, I believe. Of course, they got the score first.
Yes, that's right. And Tyler sticks his head in there and doesn't get anything.
Southern Cal, I remember Notre Dame got a first down on the 1-yard line and didn't score this year. They've got an excellent goal line defense. They come forward and move the offensive line back as it did on that play.
Nothing. Second down, goal to go from the 2.
But if the players were declared ineligible, a tie would make a big difference here.
Sure would. Neibauer in motion, and the ball to the tailback, Kobe. He might have lost some that time as George Achika, the big guy in the goal line defense playing nose guard, just muscled his way in there.
Hey, that's a tremendous goal line stand. Reminds me a little bit of the Sugar Bowl when Alabama stopped Penn State. taking the ball back 4 yards, handing it to the tailback, and then trying to regain that 4 yards against the penetrating defense makes it tough.
I don't believe they're going to score up the middle.
They're going to have to throw right here.
Kobe going to the outside, nothing doing. Trojans knock him down all the way back at the 6-yard line, and it was Dennis Smith, number 49, the safety, who came blowing in there to make the first contact. It was Ty Sperling who put him down. So now you've got a 4th down and goal to go. Timeout by Washington. 3:16 to play in the ball game. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. SC leading by 7 points. It is 4th down and goal to go for Washington. The football is at the Southern California 6-yard line. USC 24, Washington 17, with 3 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the game. That's all you need to know right now.
Underneath Patton to Scansey.
Great goal line defense put up by the Trojans. Last gasp on this possession by Washington. Swing it out, pass caught by Kobe. Kobe's belted down at the 20, at the 10-yard line by Myron Lapka, number 96, and number 94, Byron Darby. And so Southern California's defense has done its job.
Give credit to the Southern Cal defense, Keith, but also I know that Don James would like to have that series of downs over. Delayed plays from the 2-yard line on the first 2 downs, ran wide on the 3rd, and a swing pass on the 4th.
Washington is just not strong enough to run that football up the middle against Southern California. They're just simply not going to do it. Trojans have the ball at the 11-yard line. Now there's only 3:05 to play in the ball game. All they've got to do is just sit on it. Hold on to it.
Behind that imposing offensive line of scrimmage of Southern Cal they have done a magnificent job, Keith.
Ball is at the 14, 2nd down and 7 for the Trojans. The clock is running, each team with 2 timeouts remaining. It's Charles White again, and he runs it up across the 20 to the 22. And that will be a Southern California first down, and Washington's hopes and chances apparently have gone a glimmering now.
Had 2 scoring opportunities. Penalty stopped them once, and then, of course, the great defensive stand. As we look at some scores from the Midwest.
We're not going to have time for our scoreboard show as we've reached 7 o'clock in the Eastern time zone, so we'll run down the major scores from around the country for you. First down, USC. All they've got to do is run out 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Hand it to Allen, the fullback, and Marcus is hit by Jerry McLean right about the line of scrimmage, a junior out of Snohomish. Rutgers had such a big victory last week over Tennessee, beat Army today, and Yale remains undefeated. Now 1 minute and 45 to play in the game.
Each team has 2 timeouts.
Washington will have to spend them very shortly. Not terribly likely that Southern California will make a mistake. They won't get fancy. All they know full well, when you do get to pitching the ball around too much, it could get away. Here it goes to Charles White again. And Charles is back to the line of scrimmage. And there he stops as Lennon, number 61, is right there.
They're calling for timeout. They should. Yep, they finally get the message.
And so 1 minute 15 remaining to play in what has been a heck of a football game in Seattle, with the Trojans leading the Huskies 24-17. Well, some of the folks in this crowd of 61,000 or so starting to leave now with 1 minute and 15 seconds to play in the ball game, and USC protecting a 24-17 lead. Washington, having 2 opportunities to score, came away empty. Charles White runs it back into the stack again. Charles now with 38 carries and 243 yards of the ball game. And he will be the most valuable player for the University of Southern California. And for the University of Washington, our vote goes to Tom Flick, the fine quarterback. The respective general scholarship funds of these 2 fine universities receive $1,000 each from Chevrolet in the name of those two players. Now it is 4th down and 10 for USC. They must punt. Washington's got 10 men on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to send them all. You've got 1:10 to play. You've got Mr. Drama himself on the white shirt sitting down, Charles White. You also have another dramatic personality standing out at the 45-yard line of Washington named Mark Lee, who almost broke a punt return a few minutes ago for a touchdown. He certainly put it in position. I would be surprised if David Pryor kicks the football anywhere near him.
All he wants to do is get it off. Give me that ball and get it off. Quick, 1, 2, kick.
Pressure's on, the kick is away, and it's a beauty. A beauty. And Lee's back there all by himself. White shirts everywhere. Down he goes. Back at the 29-yard line, it was a 45-yard pressure-packed punt by David Pryor.
He's been talking about Charles White. I don't remember a player that's as durable and strong for a complete ball game as this young man has been today in every ball game during the season. He's the most durable player I think I've seen.
He is a special kind of an athlete, no question about it. Other scores from around the country as we run out another Saturday afternoon of college football. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, I don't know what in the world we could do for you. Huskies now 1st down at the 29 with 59 seconds to play in the game. USC playing for the home run defensively. They go short with it. The pass is caught by Scansey, and Scansey is down. A penalty flag.
I wonder if he called Hurdman, Keith. I can't believe. I've never seen it called, but he actually hurdled the defensive man who was standing up. You can hurdle a man laying on the ground, but you can't one standing up, and that's what Scansey did.
Yeah, and I think that's going to cost him.
In all
personal foul.
Well, that's
the same signal.
Yes.
Yeah, it is Hurdman. It's got to be.
I don't think I've ever seen it called in 30 years of coaching.
But remember those names, folks. Scansey, number 94, freshman, wide receiver, and Aaron Williams on the other side, number 91. And here's
watch his athletic ability. The penalty is hurdling right here, which is illegal in college football. He hurdles over a man standing up. You can jump over someone laying on the ground, obviously, but you can't a person standing up. That is an unusual athlete and an unusual call mixed with it.
Come on, Doug.
The football goes all the way back to the 25, just outside the Washington 25, with 42 seconds to play in the game. 42. Scansey, Williams, and Covey are all to the open side of the field, and Flick's looking for one. Goes over the middle for Scansey. He's got it. And he's down at the SC 49-yard line in front of Jeff Fisher. And 25 seconds to play in the ball game.
Dennis Smith should have broken this particular pass up. The ball hangs deep down the middle. Smith is giving a little bit too much cushion. Great concentration by Scansey.
Washington with no timeouts remaining. Go to the sideline. Stops the clock with 19 ticks remaining. 19.
What do you do here? Most coaches will put 2 or 3 receivers on one side of the field and throw the ball deep down, hoping it'll be deflected.
Everybody talks about the old phrase second guessing, and I don't really care what you call it, but you go back to that possession when Washington had down here. If they'd gone for the 3 points, they made it a 24-20 ball game. Then that series of plays from 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Different game.
Different ball game. 2nd down and 10 from the SC 49. Flick puts it up in the air, and it's intercepted. You knew that would happen sooner or later. USC way back there playing the prevent defense. Dennis Johnson pulls down his 2nd interception of the ball game, and that should do it. The first one that Dennis intercepted led to the Trojans' go-ahead touchdown. This one probably locks down the victory for USC.
Take care of your car at Kmart. Our automotive service centers care.
Now here's something that anyone can use. Our best quality 40-piece standard and metric socket wrench set. A combination 1/4 and 3/8 drive with a full unconditional duration warranty. Just $17.88 now through November 24th at Kmart Automotive Centers across the U.S., where quality car products are Kmart priced.
Can you feel a difference between the 19 3/4 cent Bic shaver and a Track 2? We went to the Cheeks of America to check it out.
No difference. I can't tell the difference. To me, there's absolutely no difference.
In our test, 58% found the Bic shave equal to or better than Track 2's. Yet 4 Bic shavers are an incredible 79 cents. Why spend more? Most men we tested felt
No difference.
What about the price?
Big difference.
Time has run out on this football game. The Southern California Trojans beat the Washington Huskies in I thought it was a great college football game by a score of 24-17. And the Trojans, tied by Stanford, remain undefeated in 1979.
The cheetah, one of the most magnificent species on the face of the earth, is in danger of extinction. To help prevent that, the San Diego Wild Animal Park was created. But without insurance to protect the people in the park against financial risk, the park itself, along with zoos and similar parks all over the world, might become an endangered species. We're Crum & Forster, working with more than 9,000 agents and brokers, helping ensure the American way of life.
This Bud's for the United States Budweiser bobsled team.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, Budweiser's proud to sponsor the AAU bobsled team this winter. Here's to you guys from the king of beers.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
Travel arrangements made through and promotional fee paid by United Airlines. More people fly United to Hawaii than any other airline. This has been a presentation of the leader, ABC Sports, bringing you exclusive coverage when the world comes to America this February for the 1980 Winter Olympics. USC 24, Washington 17.
Tomorrow, it's a Mork and Mindy doubleheader as they first uncover the naked truth at a daring dance palace. And then Mork joins forces with another alien. Mork and Mindy tomorrow here on ABC.
Looking good, feeling good.